right, and welcome everybody to another special edition of Puyo Nexus Roundtable. Well, I guess all of them are special, but today we've got a big crowd of special guests today. Starting off with me, your host, Abutt, also known as Abutt, and other sort of names. Next up, we have S2.
Hello, my name's Stupid. Nice to meet you. I like Puyo Puyo.
And
awkward silence.
And we also have Tucker.
Hello. I also like Puyo Puyo. I didn't go to EVO though. I'm sad. I'm just here to ask questions.
Yeah, and then that's rounding off for our Puyo Nexus staff, and we have three very special guests today. Say hello, special guest number one, Kyobi.
Yo, what's... Hi, what's
A sign of things to come.
Hello, everybody. What's up? I'm Kyobi.
Okay, and next up we have Flashman92.
Hello. Not actually a huge fan of Puyo Puyo, honestly.
What?
Kinda hate it, really.
Wow.
Why did we invite you?
Yeah.
Starting off on the wrong foot. You just made this whole podcast awkward. Okay, next.
Alright, finally, we have Kento.
Hi, I started playing Puyo Puyo with Puyo Puyo Tetris, so
Hey, a newbie, sweet.
pretty new, but I really like the game, so...
Same goes for Kyobi too, right?
Huh? He's been playing for a while.
I was big on Tetris. When Puyo
But
Tetris
Puyo
came
Puyo.
out, that was like...
But for Puyo Puyo, this is like your first Puyo game, right?
The first one I've taken seriously. I mashed through Puyo Fever and 15th anniversary and 20th anniversary. But like, I never really got into the game until it started clicking with me on Puyo Tetris like a few months ago.
Okay.
Alright, so out of everybody here, we all actually went to EVO aside from S2 and Tucker. And I tried to get more people into this discussion, but I think it's just like scheduling is kind of not easy to do, especially the more people you add.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So apologies to everybody who we weren't able to invite.
Thanks for getting who you got.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Kitaru got bodied. I would have loved to have him on.
Yeah. It kind of happened with like Taro, like while we were at Evo, like every time we tried to like get people together, it's like, oh, sorry, I got other things to do.
Oh.
I got my girlfriend to hang out with.
Yeah.
Wasn't that most of it? Yeah, it was Vegas, and he had his girlfriend there. What else would you want to do?
Yeah.
Let's be real here.
Oh yeah, there were Arika reps there too, right? Oh, he was checking that out, wasn't he?
He's trying to. Well, I guess we can go into that. Yeah, there are a lot of people there. Rico was there shooting off. I guess they're calling it Fighting Layer EX right now.
No
And,
official
like,
name.
That's the name everybody's using, yeah.
Yeah, like
Everybody's using Fighting Layer EX on like the FGC side of things.
Yeah, I guess they don't really have an actual name for it, but like Kotaro was wanting to like pester them about like Tetris the Grandmaster 4 because that's kind of his jam.
Yeah.
But I think the one day he was free to ask them, like they were having some like press only event and like watching like people from like video game journalism sites get destroyed. So unfortunately we couldn't ask them, what's going on TGM4.
In regards to that, actually, I remember reading an article where Arika was actually ready to just lose out on money from that game. They just wanted to make a new game.
Yeah.
So, they might not even have the funding for TGM4 after Fighting Layer EX.
Well, I guess if you listen to our last roundtable, Kataru apparently figured out the reason was that they were trying to work out a deal with Arc System Works to get TGM4 published in arcades.
I did remember you guys said it fell out or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going back a little bit earlier, how was your EVO experience?
You guys got off the plane. What was the first thing you did?
I looked at a bunch of slot machines because Vegas has slot machines literally everywhere, including like airport terminals.
Was there like a ton of old ladies?
Yep, that's my hometown.
Maybe not a ton, just people.
How did it feel walking through cigarette smoke?
Yeah. Well,
Oh, man.
It was
I
pretty
hate
bad
it,
at points.
and I live here.
I actually didn't get a whole lot of cigarette smoke like smell walking through the casinos and stuff. oddly enough.
That would have killed me. I have asthma, so that always gets me up. That's like the worst thing.
The local casinos are a lot worse when it comes to cigarette smoke. The strip casinos aren't as bad.
Yeah. Also, like, I guess this year they had both the actual like Evo and the hotels in Mandalay Bay, and I didn't realize how big that building is. It's huge.
Yeah, a hotel room. How was the hotel room? Was it really nice, or did you have any weird experiences?
No, it was nice.
Oh, hella nice. Yeah.
When when I went to Georgia for Anime Week in Atlanta, we went to this really ghetto motel room. And like when we came in there, the guy was patching a hole in the ceiling. There's just like 5 more minutes and I'll be done.
Yeah. Great first impression.
And I was like, okay. But also there was like a pot and pan in the hallway just sitting there. I didn't understand why that was there too. But otherwise it was fine.
Was that the bathroom?
No, just in the hallway.
I mean, that's a good. I guess we paid for like the luxury because Mandalay Bay is not cheap.
Still.
You only really paid like $30 more than me a night, and I stayed at like a lesser hotel, so it was probably worth it.
Yeah, how far off from the strip were you again? Jeez.
It was a little while.
Not that far. Like at the end of the airport, essentially.
It wasn't too bad.
That's.
It's maybe like 10 minutes ish from driving from Mandalay Bay.
And you said you wanted to walk from Mandalay Bay to your hotel room?
I
I
know,
live
right?
in San Francisco. You walk everywhere. I'm used to it. Maybe not in this heat, but
It was like 1:30 in the morning, dude. In Vegas.
Also, it's like 106 at like night.
I told you, if it's not like direct sunlight, the heat's not so bad. It didn't bother me. I was in my jacket the entire time.
It wasn't the heat. It was the fact it was like 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, that was probably.
The moment you walk by one sketchy alleyway, you rest in peace. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, was there anything sketchy going on?
Well, the worst parts of town are like downtown and North Las Vegas. The area by the strip isn't too bad.
Yeah.
When I first drove to my hotel, and it was on the strip, there was a hobo in the middle of the road, just walking towards our car.
Oh yeah.
That was
In the middle of the road, though?
Yeah, that was probably the most eventful, sketchy thing that happened to me.
Did you make eye contact?
Oh no.
Yes. Right in front of our car.
Isn't that supposed to be a death sentence? Like if you lock eyes with a hobo, aren't you like just doomed?
You're obligated to kill
He
some
seemed too dazed to be dangerous. He was out of it. He was probably drunk or dehydrated.
And you did say it was 106.
I mean, you live in San Francisco, so you have experience.
Yeah. I work in Chinatown, so I pass by so many hobos to and from. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, San Francisco's probably worse.
Yeah. Granted, I didn't see all of Vegas, so I wouldn't know. But.
Well, yeah, Vegas isn't too bad, although there are a couple areas. Like I said, North Las Vegas is you don't want to go there.
Well, that's good. That was pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean I guess this would like, even though this is my first Evo, it's my second time to Vegas, so still not too familiar with anything around.
So when you got there, all right, you dormed with Shu, right?
I was with Shu and DR Dan.
Okay, what was it like meeting Shu for the first time?
The thing about Shu, like for anybody not know, Shu's been like kind of like a long running like member in the Puyo community. Like he's like very or I guess
he's a prankster.
He's very known to have a very eccentric personality.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about Shu is, it's not an act that he puts on the internet, because I'm fake as hell on the internet. But like Shu acts in real life like he does on the internet.
That's
Yo,
great.
do you guys remember that clip of Shu struggling with the PS4 controller?
Yeah, I love that clip. He's trying to figure out how to plug it in. He's like, where is it?
Well, yeah,
It took him so long.
it's like he doesn't know how to use a controller. Like, he's like completely like a keyboard person. Like all his Puyos and like Puyo verses, and you don't need a controller for that.
Yeah, you said it was interesting how he was trying to learn how to use a controller.
Yeah, so like our first night there was basically like me and like DR Dan try to teach you how to work a controller.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Well, it's important to know Shoot is like really, really good at Puyo too, though. Like,
Yeah, it's actually kind of like crazy. Even though like he couldn't figure out how to get the controls, so he adapted pretty quickly.
and he plays a lot of like those bullet hell games or like I want to be the guy kind of games. So he's got really good reaction time and stuff too.
So
Yeah.
just to be clear here, when we saw Shu playing on PS4, that wasn't like at his full potential then, right? 'Cause
No.
he's used to keyboard controls.
He was handicapped.
It's not even his final form.
Well, I think once he picked up the PS4 controller, he realized that his Puyo finesse is like wrong all along. So I think he has to like practice something different now. Like
Yeah,
he doesn't
well-
know how to place things in the fifth column
Aw.
properly. You know, by DSing to the wall by rotating once.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he taps twice, which is like annoying. That's why he was struggling.
Yeah, well, there's that, and there's also that like this is literally his first time playing Puyo Puyo Tetris. So like also mostly his first time playing Tetris. He got like a little bit of practice with Tetris friends beforehand, but aside from that, never played an SRS game. I think he might have played TGM in the past, but I'm not 100%.
Oh, we practiced Tetris Online Japan with him. That was a train wreck. I think the default settings for Tetris Online Japan is like super slippery and fast, so I think he just struggled with that too. Whoops.
Ooh. Man, I should have loaned him my hitbox.
That might have
Yeah,
helped.
he's been like asking around in Discord in the past couple of days like how to build like basically a fight stick using like keyboard taps.
Neat.
That's kind of cool,
And,
actually.
like I don't think anybody makes that.
That's technically possible, but that's definitely a custom order thing. You'll have to pay out the ass for that.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool, though. Just like,
If he's serious about that, let him know, and I can do some research for him.
I mean, he seemed willing to be like throwing a lot of cash for it, but I'm not quite sure how much.
For the record,
Shu is low key rich. Just saying.
for the record, that hitbox that I was using at AnimEVO, that sucker cost me like 380.
Oh, that thing was
Jesus.
beautiful.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that
It's
thing's
really nice.
Yeah, it's super nice.
Did you lift it?
Yeah, that thing was heavy.
it costs more than a Switch.
Everybody gets hit. Everybody gets hit by that the first time. They're like, "Oh wow, that's cool. Can I see it?" And I hold it out for them, and then just gently lay it down in their hands. They're like, "Wait, what the hell? It keeps getting heavier."
It's important for it to have some weight to it, though, right? Or like grips,
Oh,
so it doesn't move around when
Yeah.
you're pressing hard.
it's preference, but heavier sticks are generally preferred because that way you can just really throw your
Yeah.
arm in joystick movements. But if you're like really like if it's all like wrist flicks instead of using your arm for like shoryukens and hadokens, then a lighter stick is less of a issue for you.
But yeah, for me, I think for most of us who went, it was either our first or second Evo, right?
Yeah.
First,
It's actually me included.
Yeah, and then I know it was Shu's first Evo. Dier Dan, I believe it was actually his second. He went to Evo a couple years ago. Did anybody else here enter anything aside from Puyo Tetris?
Nope.
Aw,
there were other games
Yeah.
at EVO.
that's the right answer.
You might have heard of this like super popular game called Fantasy Strike.
Huh?
Just kidding.
Damn. I didn't expect Fantasy Strike. I thought they were gonna like pull up Street Fighter or Tekken or
That's
something.
what I was expecting
That's
too.
the
What are,
joke.
what are those?
That's the joke.
There was a joke.
Yeah, so I don't know. I
Can we-
kind of
can we-
entered Catherine just kind of on a lark, just because
On a lark.
I felt like I had to support other puzzle scenes at Evo.
It looks fun.
Have you actually tried competitive Catherine?
Define tried.
Like
Like
actually.
I've played a little bit with my friend, but like not on a competitive level. Somehow I got like super far in the bracket though. I'm not really quite sure how.
What? How
Like
far'd you get?
I went like 5-2.
What the heck?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Were you the one who said dash it to losers?
No. I did, however, manage to get a pin on stream.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I'm happy about that at least.
You must
Nice,
be pretty
good stuff.
good. I have to imagine you have to be really good at Catherine to want to sign up for that. Like, there's nobody just walking up and be like, yeah, I'm going to sign up for this.
I don't know. Some of the people I played against were like kind of suspicious in terms of how good they actually were. So, you know,
Suspicious as in.
as in, you know, if they should really be entering at EVO
Oh,
at that
Fraud.
skill level.
I don't know. Maybe
But it's
fraud.
okay. It's yeah, maybe. I'm not sure.
maybe they just wanted to try it, just like
kinda
for the
judgy.
experience.
Or like they just want to support the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
Let's see. I know D or Dan actually he entered Arcana and he won. Like he didn't even like drop a set like against like people who like flew here from like Japan just playing
Whoa.
Arcana. And
He
it's like,
killed
whoa,
Japan. What the
Whoa.
heck?
yeah, he
Jeez,
bodied
this is news to
everybody.
me.
So wait, back up a sec. So how was meeting Dan since you roomed with him too? How is he like? Because I know he's like a really intelligent guy. Like I think he has a PhD in some like mathematics or something, right?
Maybe. I mean, it's fine.
Did he have an aura?
I mean, nothing out of the ordinary. I don't know if you're like expecting me to drop like these like truth bombs about people or not.
You slept in a room with them, didn't you?
What? Yeah, that's when you share your life stories with each other.
He's supposed to stay up late and tell
Yeah.
stories, you
I
know.
don't know. We didn't
Learn
wouldn't
about
stay
each
up late.
other.
It was like Evo was like super like tiring.
Pillow
like,
fight.
Yeah, your
Like,
bed's on the
basically, every time I got
floor.
in the bed, I just slept because I was so tired.
Oh,
It is a pretty tiring event.
How many hours of sleep did you get?
First night I actually slept pretty well. Second, not so much.
Did any of you guys get a ticket for the Sunday finals?
I did not.
I did
because
not.
I wasn't about to pay like $50 just
I
because
didn't.
like I honestly only cared about like 2 of the games there. And I was just like, whatever. I just
Yeah,
I
that
watched
seems-
it on Twitch in my hotel room.
Or
Just- that's
ESPN two, right? Right.
Oh yeah.
Well, for us, not so
Yeah.
much because our hotel TV kept like disconnecting specifically from the ESPN2 channel. I don't know why.
What?
Our hotel didn't even have ESPN, so
Whoa.
Wow, that
I'm-
sucks.
So that was kind of a blow up. We managed to like do this like super like jury thing with like because like Dan brought his PS3 and we downloaded the Twitch app on that.
oh my god.
Internet. It's like super weird because like the PS3 like isn't designed to handle like hotel like sign in pages.
Right.
So we had to do this like really roundabout thing, and like if you did it wrong, your PS3 would freeze every time it turned on, and you had to like rebuild the database.
Holy
It was super
crap.
ghetto, but somehow we
Really?
managed to get it to work.
Huh.
Also, like Twitch was like,
No one had like a laptop?
I didn't bring my laptop because I was trying to like not bring a whole lot, like pack light, you know.
Yeah. The essentials.
Yeah, I didn't bring one
Didn't
either.
seem like we didn't really have a whole lot of setups for Puyo Tetris, did we?
I think we had like at most 3 PS4s and 2 Switches, and that was like day
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
kind of spread out too, so it's like.
Yeah, we had to like squat that like one area.
Yeah, like it was.
Oh, you had to like fend people off.
Yeah. So the whole day was
Okay,
just
that
POV like
is-
shouting across the room at people at different
Yeah,
stages.
that's how Bring Your Own Console works.
Dude, okay,
Oh.
my voice was toast on Sunday morning. Like,
I believe
It
it.
was toast Saturday night.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
sound even worse?
it was okay. I took a ticket to Sunday finals, so I actually went to go watch all the top 8s and stuff.
Oh, were
like
you
that,
cheering?
Except for Marvel, because Marvel top 8 at like 7:30 in the morning. Forget that. But yeah, I was yelling my head off on some of that stuff. Like Blaze Blue was ridiculous. Blaze Blue cross tag battle. The announcement. Oh my goodness. And I actually skipped out on Smash 4, and Street Fighter was still pretty ridiculous. My voice, I did not have a chance to recover my voice all Sunday. I'm surprised I'm still able. I was able to talk on like Tuesday. I was so surprised my voice recovered that quick.
Especially since the night before we had fried chicken and ice water. Like,
Mm.
your voice should have been dead.
I know, right? What the
wait,
heck?
what's so special about ice water?
You're not supposed to drink cold water. It's bad for your throat if you're trying to recover.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, like warmer drinks are supposed to be better. It helps relax the muscles.
Hot tea is really good.
Tea with
Yeah.
lemon and honey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ginger too, but
Yeah, but we were at Popeye, so they didn't really have that.
yeah. They had like sweet tea.
But that's iced tea.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's cold beverage. So when you first got into Evo, did you just go straight to Sega's booth?
Pretty
I-
much.
I
The
miss
line-
Sega's booth. Like, Sega's booth was actually kind of in the corner.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
really?
Sega's booth
Yeah.
is actually kind of hard to find. I found the both BYOC areas before I found Sega.
Me too.
Because
Yeah.
Yeah, like
So
Sega didn't
what's
even
really that ghetto?
Sega didn't even have like an outward-facing sign. Their sign was facing towards the wall. Like they had a
What?
they had a
What?
booth
Yeah.
against the wall, and the Sega sign was pointing towards the wall. So I found it by
Oh.
accident on the way to the bathroom.
That's awesome.
I didn't know it was there until people told
Yeah.
me.
Like I think like we found like the second booth on accident. Like I knew they were there because they like tweeted, they're like, hey, we're gonna be at Evo.
Yeah.
But like we kind of ran into them while we were just walking around the convention center.
Who from Sega was there manning the booth?
I'm not quite sure. I didn't catch their names.
Oh, there's more than
Even
one.
though I asked them.
I know. I think John L. Harden was there. If I'm not mixing up my faces and names.
Well, he's not part of Sega anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't work.
You'd be doing that for fun.
Okay, then I'm definitely mixing up names probably.
Well, I think they appeared on stream for a couple moments, and I didn't recognize any of the Sega
Yeah.
people working
I think there
the.
were like 3 or
stream.
so people from Sega there.
I want to say 4.
I didn't recognize anyone.
Oh,
Yeah, it was like a half Sega, half Atlas booth because
Yeah.
they were showing off KOF also.
Yeah. Although I would like to say that they actually had more Puyo Tetris booths or setups there.
oh, cool.
And a bunch of TVs.
Yeah, they had like
we saw that one setup for the stream, right? But
Yeah.
there was more next to it.
Yeah.
there were 4 setups. Yeah.
There were 4?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were
Wait,
four.
wait. I only saw
Wait.
2 setups.
No, there were.
My-
There was one that's like
There was a
facing like inwards.
Oh,
Maybe there was
okay.
3. There might have been 3.
I think there was 3. There was the one by the wall and then the 2 on the outside.
Okay, then I'm adding one.
Yeah.
And there was, like,
You
that
probably got
TV.
mistaken. There's one TV that like didn't have any sets. I think it was just like mirroring the main
Yeah.
feed.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was the big screen. That one was just the stream. Yeah.
Yep. I think there was
also don't
3.
think it helped that they were right next to the Bandai Namco booth.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Bandai Namco was a powerhouse that weekend. They had
Yeah, they were showing like everybody up with Dragon Ball.
they
Oh.
had Dragon Ball and Gundam versus. Like, I'm pretty sure those two were like the spotlights of the show for that little exhibit corner.
Yeah, there was always a line, a huge crowd for the Dragon Ball
Yep.
booth, opposed to like MVCI where you could usually get a station. But to be fair, I think there were more MVCI stations than there were DBZ stations.
You were right, totally right. I think they had like only 3 DBZ stations and like 9 Marvel setups.
Yeah, they had like an entire like a booth that was just surrounded on all 4 sides with nothing but Marvel.
And they're like not like ever used. Maybe like I guess some people play, but like I only, like my most like vivid memory of that booth was like this one person working there like begging people to come play MVCI.
Oh,
Oh,
That's funny.
I don't remember that. Oh my goodness.
that's
So wait, was Sega begging people to play Puyo Tetris?
no.
Did they go the whole mile? What?
I think.
Well,
no,
to
I
be
mean,
fair,
like, we had.
the Puyo Tetris booths were usually kind of full.
Oh,
I mean,
good.
we had like, a lot of people like curious, like, oh, what's this? A puzzle game at Evo?
Yeah.
What's this?
The problem was the stations were set up for 4 people, but as soon as like 1 or 2 people got on,
Yes, I
like-
saw that on the stream.
like slot 3 and 4 would never join
Yeah.
because they'd be too afraid to like butt in or something.
Yeah. Also, the controllers situation, we can never figure it out.
Yeah, it was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, although it was kind of funny because like me, Shu, and Dan were like playing on the stream, and like this is on the very first day, and we were just happy to play. And then like I kind of hear in my back like somebody like talking to like the Sega booth people about something. It was in Japanese, and it was like some girl. I was like, wait a second, Japanese girl?
Oh.
Tema question mark?
Oh.
So like I kind of turned my back. I just kind of yelled at like Tema, and she responded. I was like, oh hey, now I know who you are.
Aw.
Yeah, like she and like AnimEVO were trying from the BYOC area.
Did they have like an interpreter, or did they actually understand what you guys were saying?
Does Google Translate count as an interpreter?
Yeah.
Sega had an interpreter.
Oh, they did. Cool.
Yeah, because on day 2, Tema and Amamiya were at the Sega booth for an exhibition with DDR Dan and Kitaru Man.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they
I
definitely had a
completely missed
translator. there.
that.
Yeah,
Huh.
and then Amamiya did another 3v1, I think.
Yes. Yes, he did.
Well,
I
that's
missed
not too
that one.
surprising. Because, about the interpreter because I think Sega actually reached out to Tema and Amamiya since they said they were going.
Yeah.
And like, they had to claim the exhibition matches. So
Yeah, it was also kind of convenient because I think Team Graft, which I think like Radical Stormers is affiliated with, like their booth was like right across from Sega's, so it's kind of convenient for them.
Well, yeah, Graft was next door.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
Other thing that happened.
So when you talked to Sega staff, did you guys talk to Sega staff, right? Did they say anything? Did you like, hey, we're the guys from Puyo Nexus?
I didn't talk to anybody.
I mean, I tried to start a conversation, but it was just kind of like,
Is it just too hectic?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. And they seem pretty busy a lot of times also.
Oh.
Kyobi, didn't you
Should have
talk
asked
to
him
them
about
a
the
little
upcoming patch.
Say what?
Didn't you
yeah,
talk
the
to the
patch.
Sega guy a little bit? The guy at the Sega booth?
I talked to one of the Sega reps over there, yeah. He was letting me know about, like, Sega bumping up the stream when we would be doing top 8 and stuff like that. And I was talking to him, too, about possibly, like, getting a little bit of promotion when I started doing other Puyo Tetris streams as well.
Oh, nice.
Oh. That's cool. It's always nice to get some official support.
I should have gotten his business card.
Yeah.
Body!
You should have
yeah, it's
asked.
not too late. Sega's office, Irvine office, is just like 20 minutes away from like where you work on Wednesdays.
Go knock on their door.
WNF. Yeah, just knock on their door.
Are you
yeah.
kidding me?
If they were
What?
still located in San Francisco, I'd be bothering them.
Their Irvine office is really close to you.
I'll
In Santa Ana.
I'll have to think about it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yo,
like,
just go there and be aggressive.
I
Knock
tried
on
to
your
go
door.
there. I tried to go there and be like, "Hey, I'm from Puyo Nexus. How are you?" They're just like, "Oh, okay,
Oh.
bye."
Yeah, just
Yeah.
appropriate the Puyo Nexus name if you need to get in the door. We're totally okay with it. The ends justify the means.
This guy.
You should have asked them if they could chip into the pot.
I should have, yeah. Like,
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that they didn't actually. Like their account was like tweeting out the tournament like
Yeah.
a lot.
you know the Japanese Puyo Facebook page was also tweeting out the Puyo Tetris event? I'm like, what? I just saw that on my Facebook timeline one day. I'm like, wait. That's the Japanese Puyo Puyo fan page. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I think I saw there were some Japanese people watching in the stream.
There were Japanese people in the stream, yeah.
So,
I can guarantee that there's probably like a couple hundred of those viewers are Japanese people because Amamiya has lots of followers.
Yeah.
Like his YouTube streams get like 400 viewers every
That
time.
makes sense.
So
Oh.
yeah, they were probably there to see him.
Yeah,
See him destroy.
I mean, he
I
put
get-
on a show, that's for sure.
Yeah.
yeah. I guess this is a convenient time to transition into the tournament itself.
Does you mean turnaround?
Oh, yeah. I always forget about that.
Oh.
is that a
Wait,
thing? Is there like
what?
an official?
Hey, can we go to the next topic? What are we talking about?
Yeah, so I guess we're talking about the actual like Puyo Tetris tournament itself. So it was we had two brackets, right? We had swap and doubles,
Yeah.
and I guess Kyobi, you can go ahead since you ran the tournaments.
Okay. This is like the first time I've actually done a tournament on my own. I've always done tournaments like, under Level Up for Wednesday Night Fights or just other major tournaments. So this is like my first big major project as Kyobi, as myself, doing my own thing. And it was actually really it was nerve-wracking as the days approached to EVO. I was like, okay, we got Puyo Tetris going on. Oh my god. We got 32 people. Oh my god, we got 40. 50? Wait, what? We're almost at 60?
Did you get any like on-site signups?
I did get one on-site sign-up.
Okay, so not quite capping out, but pretty close.
No, very close to capping out. And that was still a ridiculous turnout. I only expected to run like a 32-man bracket. And as that number kept going up, I'm like, oh crap, I don't know if I signed up for this. But yeah, it was actually kind of a panic at the start of EVO. We went there like the hour it opened, and all of us were scrambling to figure out where the BYOC was. And we didn't know that there were 2 BYOC stations. So
Oh yeah.
EVO's BYOC was over on the other corner, while we were stationed up at that other BYOC that was sponsored by the games console case stuff. By the
Yeah,
way, yeah, the cases are hella legit.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
They sold like
So
sold them.
yeah, they sold them all at the end of the event. So they were like Evo used. But yeah, I would buy one of those for like only 120 instead of 200. That sounds like a pretty damn good deal if you ask me.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm going off topic here. So
You turn your PS4 into a Switch.
but you still need to plug it into a wall outlet.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, so while we were scrambling and we decided to park up and politely have a hostile takeover of the game stations.
Yeah, I'm not sure they quite understood what was happening until later.
They didn't understand, but once they figured out what AnimEVO was doing, they were totally on board with that. By the way, we have
Ends do justify the means.
we actually do have a games contact now within the AnimEVO organization. So,
Nice.
AnimEVO 2018 sponsored by games? Who knows? Anyway,
So maybe we'll have like an actual section off. for
Yeah,
us.
so we're not all spread out and just randomly kind of scrounging for stations.
yeah, that whole thing about like the stream station in one corner and the other Puyo off stream stations in the in the opposite corner. I was like, those stations are taken. Those stations are taken. I guess just take that corner since nobody's set up over there. Like I was still focused on like running the tournament, yelling for names, doing the roll call and all that stuff. I was having a bit of a difficult time with the physical layout of the actual event.
So wait, so of the signups, how many people were like overseas people?
I would
Do
have
you know like
I would have to
a
look
rough
at the
estimate?
I would have to look at the player lineup again, but I would have
We
to
had-
say like out of the 54 some people, at least let's see. I'll ballpark like around 10 international players.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, it depends on whether you consider Canada international or not. If you're talking about like Asia, we had a couple. So it's like from Japan, I believe it was Tema and Amamiya. And
We
then
had Tema, Amamiya, Earth, and Ranai. Earth and Ranai
Yeah.
are Smash 4 players.
Yeah.
And
then
we also had Akliv.
from
Acklip.
Taiwan. And I believe there was a Singapore player. I'm not sure who that was though.
I would have to look at the player list to confirm that. There was Singapore and Mexico also.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Mexico player actually showed up though. I think he got bodied by Evo brackets.
Yeah, I think we had a couple of people no show just because they had real games play all
Yeah.
at the time.
Which was unfortunate. But hey, that's how AnimEVO works. Like, so we can't announce our schedule until Evo drops their schedule, and then it's like a freaking panic scramble figuring out, okay guys, which players are playing actual Evo events, and then we have to schedule our games around that and like play Excel footsies and figure out which game is appropriate for which time slot. And fortunately for Puyo Tetris, there wasn't a lot of overlap with fighting games, so I didn't have to sweat about that too much. But hearing
Yeah,
those
well-
guys talk about their games, I was like, oh my goodness. The only
Yeah,
person I had
I
Yeah, the
guess
only-
since
Sorry.
we're not fighting game players, it was really awkward with like trying to get the controllers to sync and desync,
yeah.
No.
especially during doubles.
Oh, yeah, that double situation was pretty interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the only person I had to worry about scheduling around was Ranai, because he's like one of the best Smash 4 players in the world.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
I was like, who's this Ranai guy from Japan? I look him up. Apparently, he's the best villager in Smash 4.
Oh, neat.
Villager. Oh, that's awesome.
And I'm like,
Oh
oh,
my god.
I actually have to pay attention to Evo brackets. So I did have to float some people around and like to make sure they don't conflict with their actual Evo pools and all that.
Were the majority of people who signed up just there for Puyo Tetris?
I want to say there were at least 6 or 7 people who signed up for more than Puyo and AnimEVO.
Sweet.
Wow.
Yeah,
So yeah, a majority was just there for Puyo Tetris.
a majority was just there for Puyo Tetris.
I know I was.
You know, No, really, that's not too surprising to me because like I know over in like Japan, like Puyos and Tetris are actually seen as like very prestigious games. So that's the whole reason why Tema and Amamiya came over. Even though I don't know. I wouldn't say AnimEVO's like, well, I think they assumed that like the tournament we were having was going to have like super world class players. I don't know. I think Amamiya expected more competition probably, but I guess they still had fun. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was expecting more. When I saw Amamiya play, I'm like, oh crap, what have I done?
I mean, the major problem was that like a lot of Tetris players didn't go out because they thought like they would have to be forced to play Puyo. Well, they kind of were for swap,
Yeah.
but they didn't know about the doubles versus bracket until like pretty late.
Yeah, the doubles
Like-
thing was actually prompted by Tema. Because she reached out to me on Twitter, and she was asking about the doubles bracket. Is there a possibility of that being canceled? And I was like, maybe I can make it a guaranteed thing if I take online signups, and that's why I had that whole like changing it from on-site only to online signups, because I was really cracking my head around how to work with Smash GG.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the AnimEVO guys helped me out with that too, and I've got the online signups running, and doubles was on its way.
Nice.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that like, I mean, well, first off, like people procrastinated on making teams until basically like literally the last minute.
I
Yeah,
found
no
my
kidding.
partner.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of tweets of people asking for partners.
Yeah, I kept retweeting these people who were like
Yes, yeah.
lonely. It was like, does anyone want to play Puyo with me? Anyone? I saw the same person tweeting that same thing like the whole week leading up to Evo. I'm like, dang,
Aw,
I feel
man.
so bad.
Although
find anyone
in
who
the
plays
end,
Puyo.
like surprisingly, like in terms of like breakdown, like most people at the end were all Puyo players who needed Tetris players to play
Yep.
with.
Cool.
It was actually pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
I found
Yeah,
my partner by literally shouting out, "Does anybody want to play Tetris with me?" And someone was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll do it." So last minute, I found my partner.
Oh, that was McButt, right?
No, okay. So the guy that I partnered with was a no-show, and then I partnered with McButt just by
Okay.
complete coincidence.
Oh yeah, weren't you with? No, that's somebody else. I thought
Dragon Glove.
Nokali was there, and then
Do you-
like after
do you-
swap, he like disappeared again.
Do you want me to go dig up the team list real quick?
Oh, Nicole.
I still have it in my room somewhere.
Yeah, sure.
Speaking of-
We can give you a little bit of time.
Sure, just as it then.
Yeah, so I guess like since we're talking about Nokali, like he, like in case you're not aware, I think you might know him as Kosuke on Puyo Nexus. He kind of like disappeared from the community for a while, and he just like shows up at like Evo. He's like, "Hey, I want to play Puyo Tetris," and like I'm like, "Who are you?" Like, "Oh, I'm Nokali." I'm Kosuke. I was like, "What? Who?"
It was so awkward, because when I played a game against him, right? But I think the names were switched, so it looked like I was doing really good, but I wasn't. It was so awkward to watch. I'm just like, no, I can't take like. I felt bad. This is like I'm not that good.
But yeah, it was like he like played and swapped, and then he was also like he found like a doubles partner on the second day. I think he was playing against Kataru maybe, but when push came to shove, double started, and then he disappeared somehow. So it was kind of weird,
All right, I found it.
I'm sad about how rusty Kosuke got at Puyo because I remember him doing a lot more stylish chains than what he did manage to pull off during Evo.
Yeah,
I guess he doesn't really play anymore, so I think he
mean-
plays like Smash and Pokemon more. So
yeah. I
don't
mean, he
know.
played better than me. I played super like embarrassing in my tournament.
Me too.
I was not happy with my doubles performance at all. Ugh. I was so cold.
I mean, well, to be fair, you played against Nicole and who else? But they also Akliv, didn't you?
I don't
and
remember
that-
if it was-
They weren't. Are you talking about swap or doubles?
doubles.
Swap.
I'm talking about doubles.
Yeah, Akliv was not. Akliv and Nokali weren't in Kyobi's bracket.
No, I'm talking about you.
Oh, me, yeah. So I guess my story is that like I guess a little bit before the tournament started, like Kyobi like came up to me like, hey, what are these players like? Who should I be seeding give them like preferential treatment, so to make like
Oh
things
yeah,
easier.
you just seed yourself.
Yeah, I basically like played myself because I saw Nokuli in the bracket, and like I said, like Kosuke's gone by Nokuli like as a name in the past, but I was like, this can't be him. Like he disappeared. Like why would he show up all of a sudden here? So I was like, it's probably somebody else. And then lo and behold, I get the seating works out. Guess who my first match of the day is? Nokuli. Oops. And then after that. Another player on the bracket, McButt. It was like I've seen him on like Puyo Tetris, but I kind of forgot like what his like ranking was. So I was like, oh, he's just probably some like random like pub.
He's right on top of me.
Ranked. He turns out he's like number 2 in Nevada behind Shiro.
Oh,
so that I went 0-2 in the swap bracket entirely of my own fault.
Wait, did you lose to the same 2 people that I did? McButt and Nicole?
I guess so.
Yeah. That's weird.
Yeah,
But
great seating on my part, apparently.
Wow, it's fun though. It's still
Yeah,
fun.
I mean, like Flashman, I know you had like a really like heated match in winners against Tema.
Oh yeah.
How was fighting the queen?
Yeah.
Did you feel intimidated?
Like playing it, I knew in my mind that this is entirely because of Tetris, and because I knew that,
true.
and because I knew that, I was like, well, if I can't beat her in Puyo, what I'm just gonna do is rush her down and make sure she cannot get big chain. That was my entire strategy, is to keep her from getting above a 7 or an 8.
Oh, that is the strategy. So you're not wrong.
Exactly. So I was like, so long as I can keep her down, I can tank it in Tetris, and then I can beat her in that. And then I'm just gonna keep getting like triple T-spins on the swap and bury her Puyo side to keep handicapping her. And yeah.
From what I remember of those matches, I mean, Tema wasn't great at Tetris, but at least she was smart enough to at least time the swap combos correctly to get in trouble.
Yeah, she like held her Tetrises and then buried me later, but my main concern was burying her immediately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, like this is probably my first like big like Puyo tournament in person, and I gotta say, like in person is like way different from like online.
Yeah, no, I felt it too.
Yeah, people were like super rowdy. Like, I don't know if you saw that one. I don't know if like people watching on stream could hear it, but like people were like popping off in the background. They were yelling a lot, just like watching them.
Oh, cool.
It's crazy.
Yeah. You
Oh my
should
God.
you should see like the crowds for like top 8s in a fighting game. Those people will not shut the hell up, and you have to deal with that. That's part of getting good, for better or worse.
Yeah, I feel like that the pressure, especially like against like your match against Tema, like I think the pressure might have gotten to her because people were like doing like USA chants and everything.
Oh, that was
I
awful.
heard that. I felt so bad.
Oh
felt so
yeah, that
bad
was
too.
like I
Wait,
felt
you
bad.
could hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought there
that
was no-
loud.
I thought there was
Maybe
no.
you were too focused.
No, but during pools too, I thought there was no audio. It was just game audio. There was no commentary or anything.
No, we definitely heard it
Maybe
at some
it
point.
phased through into the internet. The power of the USA.
For Pool 2, on my stream, yeah, there was no commentary. It was just game audio.
Yeah.
Oh.
You must be thinking of Tema versus DDR Dan.
Maybe. I mean, like
Yeah.
I did
that
upload.
must have been it.
I did upload a clip of like of that one match on my Twitter, and you could hear people like talking a lot. People going like, "Oh,
Really?
another time."
Yeah, it might have been that.
Oh, you uploaded a clip, so off your phone.
Yeah.
Okay, now what happened? Okay. Were there USA chants? I don't remember.
There was at some point there was, and I was just like, oh no, please.
I remember I started some USA chants during top 8, as a joke because Amamiya was killing us, but I don't remember actually any USA chants when I was playing. Maybe I was just too focused.
I was just speaking in general. I did definitely hear some.
Oh, maybe
okay.
that was that then. Maybe it was the when we were getting trashed by Mamiya.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I had to face Tema in losers for the top 8 spot. I had I think that was my actual first real case of turny nerves. I was like, oh my god. I was
the Puyo Queen.
Oh no, I remember now.
I was panicking so hard.
Your
Like,
sister's just like, you choked!
Oh my god. Yeah, thanks, Kay. You butt face.
See, I wasn't panicking because I had already resigned myself to losing. So it was actually a huge surprise that I won.
Yeah, I mean, you went down the first set. Like, when I
Yeah.
was recording, I turned it off because I assumed that you were just going to get bodied. So, like, oh, this isn't worth recording anymore.
Wow.
Fear the man. No, like they say, like, fear the man that has nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I think our last match, the stream crashed, so that wasn't even recorded.
This it was recorded locally. It was still recorded after the hotel Wi-Fi kicked us off.
Yeah, the hotel Wi-Fi is an O2 matchup against our computers.
So wait,
Yeah.
actually, so what's the deal with like streaming at Evo? So like, how much does paying for like a LAN cable there cost? Is it like wait?
Okay.
What's a LAN cable?
Ethernet cable?
No. So like getting like internet at the convention center starts at 4 digits.
Oh.
Well, a dedicated connection, at least.
Yes. It starts at 4 digits. And then it goes up from there because 4 digits is like quarter decent internet connection.
Right.
So like if you want something decent for streaming, like even at like let's say 3000 bit rate.
Yeah, paying that convention tax.
Well, maybe next year.
Yo, none of us at AnimEVO can't afford that shit. Oops.
Yeah, I mean, like,
So-
but you could still connect to like the general like hotel Wi-Fi if you paid for a room there.
Yeah, but the hotel Wi-Fi streaming on Wi-Fi first of all. Second, hotel Wi-Fi is not reliable. It kicked us off every hour and we have to like reset the Wi-Fi connection and everything. That's what happened on my
Yeah.
stream for the second pool. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that until I got killed until the connection dropped the second time. Like, oh, I see. And I was like, damn it. Because
So there was one thing a couple of viewers were watching. Oh, sorry. Well, like I don't know, like Sega stream. Like, so how are they streaming done? Like, it seemed their stream was pretty stable, right?
Sega paid.
I don't know.
Sega
They
paid.
Yeah, they
probably
probably
paid.
paid for it.
See that?
Yo, so some of us are thinking like we were wondering like why you couldn't just like I don't know
Use their
steal
stream
their setups
setup.
for the tournament.
couldn't
Yeah.
follow
So, one of the leaders of the AnimEVO team was actually in contact with Sega or Atlas about that, and the communication fell out, so nothing came about that.
Well, that's weird. Okay.
That would have been
Okay.
sweet, though.
I think maybe the correspondence got buried among more important things in their company, so yeah, we're just a small team after all of just fans and nerds.
Yeah, we're not
You
cool
would
enough
think
for them to
that
pay
they would
attention
want to
us.
support their new IP that they just localized for the West. Well, it's not new, but fresh.
It's okay, guys. Next year, with the power of friendship, we can raise 4 digits. I think.
I mean, I'd donate.
Really? How? Steal? Charity?
Yeah, just like support the game that I like so much.
If you guys can actually do that, I will actually like talk to the AnimEVO guys and be like, "Yo, these Puyo nerds over here are actually serious about paying for internet." Like if you guys are serious, I'll take it serious. Just saying.
So wait, what kind of 4 digits? So we can start playing like 1,000 or like
Yeah, what's the
9,000?
first digit of those 4 digits?
What's the logarithm of the cost of internet?
I don't know the exact details. I don't remember the exact
Oh.
figures off the top of my head. I would have to ask again.
Okay. I mean, I think this is something worth finding out though, because like it kind of sucks if you can't have a real stream.
Yeah, right.
Like
At
I think it's
least-
totally worth investing in it.
Yeah, that's
I
why.
mean,
Now
at
that we
least
know
will
that's going to
record.
be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, this would probably be shared amongst like all the other AnimEVO communities too.
I would have to again check the details on that. If you guys can manage to pull that much money together, like we'll see what we can do with it.
Well, I mean, there's a big difference between 1,000 and 9,000.
Yeah.
Yes, there is, and connections. I'm pretty sure can go up that far. I'm pretty sure there's like a 5-digit plan up there somewhere. I think like tournaments like CEO, they pay over 10 grand for theirs.
Oh jeez.
But that also
Man, wow.
yeah, that also does handle like you got Capcom Fighters. I think CEO had like 5 streams that weekend. So yeah, of that 5 streams in that venue is definitely over 10 grand. And then, well, if you take into account like Vegas, it's
Yeah.
definitely gonna be more than 10 grand.
Vegas and hype.
Well, that's okay, guys. We just have to practice begging. Not ready.
God.
Yeah, so I guess we got a little bit off track from like the actual tournament itself.
Yeah, sorry.
But I guess I guess
Right.
we can talk about like kind of the matches, especially like pools. I think were kind of like standard pools at like regular fighting game tournaments. You had people who kill us like Tema and Amamiya and Akla, and then so like pools weren't like super exciting, I guess. But like top 8, I saw like a lot of people who like make like evil mega threads on the internet like say that like Puyo Tetris top 8 like swap was one of their highlights of Evo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of tweets about that. They were like, "Oh my god, this tournament is sick," and I'm like,
That's cool.
Yeah, plus we did have some like legit hype of like swap, I think remember like I think it was DR Dan versus
Nicole.
Oh, I remember
I
that
think-
match.
You guys were also just killing it on the mic too.
"Really?"
Scam.
Yeah.
It was okay. A little bit behind the scenes here. We could not hear each other or the game on those commentator headsets.
Really.
So-
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
just,
was no
it
game
just how like
audio.
the setup worked.
Yeah, so like anytime you on the stream you heard us talking over each other and just clashing all the time, that was because we didn't know we were talking.
Yeah, I mean we tried to, but not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy. It definitely takes practice. Like commentating. Commentating 1 takes practice with a partner, and then 2, not being able to hear your partner. Ugh.
Yeah, like I was listening to like my commentary, like I was waiting for like a layover at the airport. I was just like, oh my god, all these like really bad things I make. Like first off, like play mistakes where I didn't realize what setup people were doing. That's gonna happen. And second off, I was just like, oh wait, I kept repeating like certain words over and over again.
Right.
Yeah,
Or,
I
like-
I was not aware of any of this because again I couldn't hear him.
Yeah, or like I always made sure to commentate whenever somebody got free Tetris garbage hole.
Hey, praise
Those
the
are hilarious.
RNG.
That's how I beat Tema. I know that because everyone called me on it as soon as the match was over.
But yeah, I got brackets right here if you guys want me to go down and we can talk about matches.
Yeah. Any
Yes.
particular ones at home that you remember being super hype?
Oh geez, I don't remember.
In pool?
Again, I was so focused.
Just like
Again, that-
anything.
That DDR Dan game versus I forgot who it was. It was in top 8, but
Nicole or Tema?
I think it was.
There was one against Nicole, Tema, Aklev in losers finals, I believe.
Okay, so DDR Dan versus Tema was losers top 8 first round. So
Okay.
Dan's warpath in losers was Tema, Flashman, Nokoli, and then Akliv. And then he loses to Akliv right before top 3. That's how he finished 3rd.
Yeah, like DR Dan's like Tetris game. I know he like practiced a lot. Like in our hotel room, like how he practiced in a Tetris game is he played like 1 versus 3, like all Tetris, just to see like how good his like finesse and speed was in building in Tetris.
I'm assuming he used Core AI also.
Probably, I'm guessing. But like Core AI and like Puyo Puyo Tetris isn't that good.
I can't consistently beat them.
My fights against Tetris Core AI like draw out. I cannot kill it like quickly. So I think it's decent.
Huh.
I mean, they're just really good at downstacking. I
Yeah.
just like
They are.
4-wide them. They just all die. So
Yeah,
You-
if you fall and they die, but
You're right. But where's the fun in that?
Yeah, what's the fun of 4 wide?
oddly enough,
4-wide's
X
number
isn't,
1.
Shut up, S2.
oddly enough, X isn't the strongest AI at Tetris. I think Icolo and Satan are.
Really?
Yeah, I can kill X very consistently because he stacks fairly high. He doesn't dig as well as the other two. Whereas,
really,
like Icolo and Satan do nothing but dig. So if you play them, they're just digging through their garbage, getting random combos, getting random Tetris garbage, and meanwhile X sets up Tetrises and you can top them off pretty easy. I find that actually pretty weird.
Oh, maybe
So
that's
would you
why I
have
had
to,
such a hard time with Core Stan.
You might have to just save a DT cannon and like some other setups and just do them all at once or something like that. I don't know.
You can do a 4-wide.
Yeah.
Not a lot of 4-wide in the tournament.
4-wide.
Yeah, no, I was
4-wide.
surprised there
I'm
wasn't.
surprised. Yeah, swap. 4-wide is
don't-
really OP in swap, like ridiculously OP.
It is.
Like beyond OP.
Side and
OPer
center.
than OP.
I think DDR Dan did it once. I saw him.
So
Yeah,
I
like Dieter Dan, that was definitely practicing 4-widing beforehand. I'm pretty sure he did it during the tournament as well. Also during like the 1v3 at the end of swap, he was doing 4-wide, or at least attempting it.
I remember asking S2 like, does Amamiya know how to do 4-wide? Because he's not doing it. And he's just like, oh, he probably just doesn't feel like it.
He does, but
He did do it in tournament.
yeah, no, that's the real reason why like a lot of touch players don't do 4-wide and swap. Just like they just don't
Yeah,
feel
because like
it.
4-wide is like kind of not
Really?
a fun way to play Tetris.
Yeah,
It's not.
right.
It's fun in single player.
Well, a lot of things are fun single player.
It's kind of fun to practice.
Right.
Like,
Have you guys tried Combo Race and Nopomino? By any chance?
No.
Oh yeah, I think I've tried that one once. Where you just try not to dead end your 4-wide and go as fast as you can.
Yeah, that's
right?
fun. Yeah, so Combo Race and Nopomino, it builds the two columns for you. So you start with a middle well 4-wide ready to go, and you just go in on that. It's really fun to just mess around in.
Amamiya did do 4-wide in tournament though, didn't he? I remember seeing him doing it like super fast, and everyone was like, "Whoa, I didn't know you could do 4-wide that fast."
I mean, he might have did like the DT candidates sort of 4-wide, probably. That's pretty common.
Yeah, I think that's
want to
pretty. I
say
think that's what
he
he did.
did double double setups.
He did a bunch
did.
of crazy shit during the tournament.
The ice spin Tetris.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh.
god!
I didn't even see it. I just saw everyone freak out.
Yeah, you did lose your shit about that.
Oh my!
Yeah.
I did not. I could not even imagine myself stammering and being bewildered that much. Holy cow!
Yeah, he's
How-
like
how
he's
does that
styling
work?
on us.
Wait, was that
I don't know. I
the
feel like I
3v1?
learned a lot about the way he was playing, just like the styling thing. Because I saw the Iceman Tetris, like, oh wow, I forgot the the eye rotation axis is like ridiculous. So then I started doing it in my own matches too. It's really helpful just to see all the nonsense that Amamiya can pull off.
That was
Look
during
at
the 3v1, right?
Yeah.
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 It looked like he was having fun with that.
Yeah.
God, that was so annoying. I'm playing, and then everyone starts cheering. It's like, oh well, I'm about to die. He did something. I don't know what.
Oh man, yeah, it was fun to watch. That was really fun to watch. Just like with all the energy that everyone had.
Did
Yeah, I've gone back and watched the 3v1. That was really amusing.
Yeah.
Just seeing everyone's reaction to
Yeah.
this Japanese god. Everyone was freaking out.
Oh man.
I remember they were joking about, okay, who's gonna be the sacrifice in grand finals? Did anybody link the 3v1 to IGN?
I wonder if they're aware
Yeah.
of their own horrible meme.
I wonder.
Yeah, I
too.
doubt it.
I wonder.
But yeah, so-
Actually, hey, Flashman, you know the people who wrote the IGN article, they actually work in San Francisco. You should meet up with them and
Oh no!
lay down some truth. Just say
I'll
it.
show you a disadvantage.
No, seriously, that's where IGN's offices are.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually did know that. That thought never crossed my mind though.
Yeah, I guess you're not angry enough at IGN about their horrible memes.
I mean, have you seen their latest Puyo Tetris stuff? Like on the IGN show, it's even on Disney Channel. Like that's amazing.
Huh?
But they just play Puyo Puyo Tetris, but they only call it Tetris, and they never name drop Puyo at all.
And they never play Puyo. They just play Tetris.
Yeah, they just play Tetris like endless mode.
Aw.
To be fair, would you want them to play Puyo?
Yes.
Like, and have
Of
people
course.
watch that? Have
Sure,
them play
yeah.
Puyo?
Dude, it's on Disney, marketed to kids who are the future for Puyo Puyo. Like, I would love that. But no, it doesn't
What if
exist
they
to
frog
them.
stack?
The most.
Huh?
Well,
What
sometimes
if they
Okay,
frog
sure.
stack?
sometimes
Yo,
you can randomly get
Have-
high chains out of
They,
frog
they'll
stacking.
teach an entire generation about frog stacking. Do you want
least to
that?
play.
It's okay.
Let's
First,
do-
we need to teach the entire generation that Puyo exists. Okay. Like,
You gotta learn how to button mash before you can actually do combos.
Yeah, well, the difference
Like-
is that in Puyo, button mashing doesn't actually get you anywhere. Like even less so than fighting games. So
There wasn't actually really any frog stacking in the tournament either.
it's
Yeah.
okay.
Notice that?
Look,
I know
guys.
that like Kyobi and like a bunch of other like people on AnimEVO staff were super worried about the length that the matches would draw on for.
Oh,
Because-
that
because
was that.
swap. Well, like I don't know if like any of you here have watched like S2 at like Gwynedd Brawl or like CO, but like the players there take forever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it usually
Why
takes like
did our
10 minutes
tournament
for like one match, like a one set match, first to 3 points. It takes a long time.
Yeah, like
Mainly because they need at least 8 swaps for like margin time to kick in before they can actually really kill each other. And even then, sometimes it doesn't happen because they're just doing singles. So
What was the one Steelix was at?
CEO.
Yeah, I watched that. That was painful. The matches were so long.
I'm gonna go on a tangent here for a second. There was a Tetris Ultimate tournament. Not even a side tournament. It was a tournament at
Frosty Faust.
Frosty Faustings. Oh my god. Okay. So
Yo, we all saw that, right? And it looked so free. Remember?
I haven't seen this. Should I watch that or will it just be painful?
I mean, it wasn't Tetris Battle Ultimate Item Mode, so
it's not item mode.
yeah,
but,
just save your time.
But like, so I remember. Here's the thing. Like, one of the bosses at Level Up is also a pretty big on Tetris. So we would talk about Tetris and Puyo Tetris stuff. Sometimes during downtime, and I showed him the Frosty Faustings archive, and both of us were like, "Oh man, that's free money right there." We could have went and taken everybody's money. I know. I was so frustrated. I'm like, why hasn't anybody? I wish somebody would fly me to Frosty Faustings so I could just kill everybody with 4 whites.
Yeah, alas.
Actually,
Wait.
aren't 4 whites
Tetris
kind of bad?
No,
in
Tetris Ultimate uses like a double bag system, so it's probably harder to do. But I mean, people there were struggling to T-spin, so like, it's still a bit okay.
Is it the bag system like configurable in Ultimate, or was that just the 3DS version?
I think it's configurable.
Like a lot of things are configurable in Tetris Ultimate for no reason, since the base game is kind of crap in the first place. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Doesn't Ultimate actually have like the most options of any guideline Tetris game?
It does.
Yeah, so like when Tetris
Even
Ultimate
though
was
it's
being
horrible?
developed, like they actually talked to like people in the Tetris community, like, okay, what kind of configuration settings do you want? And so like, you know, they said like, oh yeah, configurable DES, IHS, all these other
ARR.
acronyms I don't know. Yeah.
There's Tetris Ultimate has configurable delay auto, and auto repeat rate. So
Yeah, so they added all of that in, but then like, you know, the game crashes. So
Yeah,
it
and the
doesn't
game
matter
is
in the
kind
end.
of palatable. Oh well.
to be fair, the 3DS version is solid and stable. I don't regret buying
That's
it.
because it
on
was
3DS.
developed by a Japanese team, not like everyone else. Right? That's what I heard
Yeah.
from Kitaru.
Yeah.
Like the 3DS development is completely separate from like the other crashy ports.
Maybe that was why the version is good. Dang, that was a
Right.
bit of that tangent
I-
went on further than I intended to be. Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it's kind of funny because I know S2 right here does not like us going on tangents about Tetris, but it keeps happening anyways. But
I wish I'd known about that anime thing at Irvine earlier this year, where they were doing that exhibition. James Chen did commentary on it or whatever. Like I could have went to that.
Oh, Anime
yeah.
showed off
Ascension?
some Puyo thing.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Anime Ascension.
Yeah, I
I
was.
wish I'd known about that.
I was on the production team for that, and from the production desk, like the production desk was say 20, 30 feet away from the actual stream station on stage. and I know one of the players over there, and I just could not stop backseating him because I was like, dude, do this T-spin, just rotate it that way. I don't know if I think James Chen actually called me out on it on stream. I don't know if you guys could actually hear me yelling, but I was like, ugh.
It's okay. We could feel your spirit.
Thanks.
Because we probably felt the same way.
Yeah. All right. So after I guess going back to tournament, after day one swap, AnimEVO took that handedly. We had doubles on day two. I feel like it was a lot more low key.
It was definitely a lot more low key, because I'm pretty sure everybody spent a lot of their energy, if not all of it, from the swap excitement.
Yeah.
In retrospect, I don't know if I'll be like, let's say if I do Puyo Tetris next year, which admittedly may or may not happen, depends on the Evo lineup next year.
Well, I guess like hold that thought. We'll talk about future plans.
Okay. Got it.
Anybody have like anything they want to talk about on doubles in particular?
John Numbers showed up.
Oh yeah, John
That
Numbers. John Numbers was like money matching like in between his matches.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I think he was money matching his teammate.
What? Yeah. Oh yeah, I heard about that.
No,
That was
no,
so
it
funny.
wasn't his teammate. Because I know that because his teammate was sitting at the station yelling at him like, hurry up, we have a match. He's like, oh no, I got this money match going.
Oh right, that's right.
So
That's
it
what
wasn't his
happened.
teammate.
Yeah, and there were a couple money matches going on in the background, and they're using this like really like dirty like crumpled up $5 bill. It was like the nastiest thing I've ever seen.
That was... I've never seen money look that dirty.
Me either. I'm like, what is this 5?
Yeah, he was like trying to pay you for like get like
It
change
looked like
for
pocket lint. It looked like pocket lint.
It totally
It
did.
was amazing.
Oh man, in retrospect, I should have taken a picture of that. That would have made a great picture. I managed to get rid of that 5 real quick though.
Uh-huh.
Oh wait, before you talk about next part, where'd you guys go to eat on the first day? Because that looked really nice.
Oh,
We went
It
to
was,
this Korean barbecue place called like
Gangnam style barbecue.
yeah, something like that.
What?
it was a Gangnam
Gangnam
style.
barbecue.
It was totally not
was-
a side reference.
Was it
It was
really?
called like Gangnam barbecue or something.
Yeah, it
along
wasn't
those lines.
Gangnam style, but it is Gangnam.
Okay.
It was Gangnam something.
Yeah.
And
We played we had a Nintendo Switch commercial moment. We were playing like Puyo Tetris like in handheld mode while we were
Yeah.
waiting for a
Yeah.
table.
Trying not to be too obnoxious.
Yeah, Kyobi tweeted that out, right?
I did tweet that out.
At Korean barbecue, who is the slave who had to cook for everyone?
I don't know.
That's usually how it
That was
works,
mostly
right?
Kenzo.
Like someone's like
Yeah,
making
I did a lot of it. I was sitting in the middle, and I was like, alright, so who's gonna cook? And everyone's like, well, I'm on the side. I'm like, alright, fine.
Everyone just looked at you.
Yeah,
But
we
I
got a
didn't-
lot
I
of
didn't really
food.
We finished most of it,
Forcing
though.
ourselves to eat.
Yeah.
I think we actually
We
finished
were
most of it.
forcing ourselves at the end there.
Yeah.
Oh,
I-
yeah.
I think the mistake that we made was that we didn't anticipate that they gave us so much banchan, which is like the appetizers.
Oh yeah, that always happens at Korean places. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
because you don't want you eating all their meat, to be honest, right? So,
yeah,
Yeah.
wait. So Tucker, I don't think you've ever been to Korean barbecue before, right?
No, I have.
So
not.
yeah, you have to strategically pick your seat so you don't have to do all the cooking.
Yeah,
I
unless
didn't realize
you
they
know.
made you cook.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's one of the things where like you have like a grill, like share between everyone, and everyone you like they serve the meat to you, and then you watch it cook, and then you just pick it off when it's done.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you don't have to be like, I want mine medium rare. You just pick
Yeah.
what you
Yeah,
want.
you just do it yourself.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, like, yeah.
Do
like,
they make you like sign a waiver? What if you burn yourself?
Oh
I mean-
yeah, they have signs around usually, right? There's like any injuries caused by like burns or whatever, and we're not liable for. I see that all the time in Korean barbecue places. So,
Yeah, don't do anything
I didn't see any.
oh really?
Oh, you could have sued them. That's how you could get your streaming money.
Hell no.
Okay, let's not be sketchy. Okay, next.
I'm always joking.
So yeah, we went from like a $36 a person Korean barbecue place to Popeyes the next day.
yeah.
Popeyes is good though.
it is good. It's pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, like, how is Popeyes ever bad?
When you eat too much of
Wait, are
it.
we talking about Popeyes or the?
Ironically, the first time I had Popeyes was when I was coming back from AWA at the airport. Because we don't actually have Popeyes out here. We do now, but at the time we didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the first time I had Popeyes.
Yeah,
They have
I
great
think that was
chicken.
like the main reason why we went, because a lot of people never had Popeyes before.
Yeah, that's just
Yeah.
like, huh.
Because the Canadian guy we were with, right?
Raycon.
was it
Raycon.
Yeah.
Rycon?
The guy who chipped in the $100 pop bonus.
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
He was the
Yeah,
one that
he
shot
chipped in
in?
$100 on top of the Puyo Nexus 100.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, high roller, am I right?
What a
Shout
guy.
outs to Raycon. I
Yeah.
did not expect him to get that good in Puyo Tetris. Like, I remember
Oh,
I
he's been
remember
practicing really
when I
hard.
was,
yeah.
like, doing all earlier Puyo Tetris streams, like back when it was out on PS3, PS4, and he was like, "Oh my god, this stuff is ridiculous," and now he's doing ridiculous stuff. I'm like, dang, look at this.
Yeah,
guy.
like I was playing him just like in like Puyo vs. Puyo in Kyobi's hotel after on like Sunday night, and like he was like destroying me in like Puyo. I was like, wow, when did you get this good?
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
I mean, I think he's been low-key practicing a lot and also doing lots of image training. That carries you pretty far as a beginner if you put in the effort, like, super seriously.
Did you say image
So-
training?
Yeah, just watching really good people play
Oh,
and
okay,
memorizing their
that's what
build
that-
orders.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that like
Makes
back
sense.
when like I had like a brief, well not a sprint, but like there was a stint where like I kind of like stopped playing Puyo for a long time, and I guess like was watching a lot of people like kept me from like rusting super hard. So it's definitely a good tool.
Yeah.
Since it's a lot of a mental game, I guess that makes sense. As long as you keep thinking about it, it won't get too bad.
But yeah, it was like afterwards, I was hoping to try to get like more people who just play in like hotel and just have like salty sweet, but I guess we couldn't find enough people to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of burnt out after spending the entirety of Friday and Saturday and all
Yeah,
that
I
stuff.
really wanted
Yeah.
to do a Puyo Salty Sweet, but one, I had a roommate. Two, I was pretty effing tired. And three, I
Yeah.
wanted to play Senko no Ronde too, damn it.
Yeah, I got to play a little bit on the show floor, so that was fun. I'm looking forward to that game when it comes out.
Oh, is it that game that playing?
Yeah, the shoot 'em up like fighting game.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Shop Fighter.
That was interesting. I had no idea what I was doing, but it was pretty
Yeah,
fun.
I think it has a release date now. It's like September 7th.
That's news to me.
Yeah, I think they just announced it like a day or two ago.
snap.
So,
Time to go save some money.
We mentioned it briefly earlier, but the news about the patch happened during EVO. How did you guys feel about that?
yeah, it was crazy. Like I was on commentary and like people started like whispering about it, like behind me. I was like, wait, what? Sega's patching a Puyo game for balance? Like
Again.
again, yeah, like it's weird
What
because
was the last patch?
historically Sega never patches their Puyo games.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still in that 2000s mindset where you patch it by releasing a new game.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like, you didn't know they would like actually
Yeah.
update the game.
That's how
It's still
Virtua
out.
Fighter worked, right? Virtua Fighter never got an update. It only just got new versions or whatever.
Virtua Fighter
I
5,
assume
Virtua
that's
Fighter
just-
Final Showdown.
It was actually like Virtua Fighter 5, Virtua Fighter 5C, Virtua Fighter 5C.25, and then Virtua Fighter Final
There was also
Showdown.
a Final Tune before Final Showdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be like kind of like a sea change in terms of like Japanese development, because like a lot of fighting games, a lot like Unist or like BlazBlue, like recently they've been like either like giving out free balance updates or like making them like super cheap to like upgrade from one version to the other. So maybe Sega just following the trend.
They have been doing, like, quote-unquote free updates for BlazBlue in between versions. Like, there were rebalances between versions. It wasn't always a rebalance with every new version for BlazBlue.
Ah, I see.
Like, they had Continuum Shift. Continuum Shift 2 was a free console patch. And then Extend came out. You had to buy that. And then,
I wasn't aware Continuing Shift 2 was free. That was another like disc update.
it's kind of weird how Continuum Shift and CS2 came out. Like, if you got Continuum Shift on PS3 or Xbox, then CS2 was just a patch. But, like, they also released CS2 as a standalone for, like, PSP and 3DS, and it was kind of weird. I might be wrong about the 3DS one. I feel like there was a 3DS version.
Yeah. Although speaking of which, I find it kind of interesting that like all the Puyo Tetris like patches, like Xbox didn't get them. The last gen versions obviously didn't get them either. It's all PS4 or Switch.
Yeah.
So I wonder, like,
what's
I wonder how much of
what's an Xbox in Japan?
yeah, but like I wonder like how much of this is like Sega America is doing, because I think news of the patch broke in English first before Japanese.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to
Really?
know too.
Huh.
They definitely covered it on the Japanese Twitter too, but I don't know which one was first.
Wasn't the supposedly the patch rebalances are based on player feedback? Wasn't that survey Japanese, or am I
That's
mistaken?
true.
Had to
Yeah,
have
it
been.
was
that
all
survey was
Japanese.
in Japanese.
So that means that it has to be involved in Japan in some way or shape or
Well,
form.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was probably posted on the website. It's just that we didn't catch it because, like, none of us are refreshing the Puyo specific website.
If I'm not mistaken, Kay pinged it on me on Twitter real quick when that tweet dropped, and I was like, "What?"
yeah, it was super cool, but like the context of it's kind of interesting. Like, why are they deciding to do it now? I wonder if it's just because like their leaderboards, the top 20 is not even Puyo, and that's kind of embarrassing in your own IP.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Although like
yeah.
the Switch leaderboards recently solidified, and there are now two and a half players forever at
Two and a
9.5.
half.
2.5.
No, okay, so Mickey, he got all the way up with Tetris, and then he just played Puyo just like a little bit. So technically,
Yeah, I mean, he felt bad for us.
Also, his affinity is a fake.
yeah, he just did it for the style. Although he's still pretty good at Puyo though.
I also wonder if it's related to how vocal we've been about the balancing issues in Puyo Tetris as well.
The slight disadvantage.
Yeah, like the slight disadvantage meme. That's pretty
yeah.
embarrassing
They
too.
probably just saw AnimEVO playing on the show floor, and then they just announced.
They were
it
like,
right
we gotta
then
fix
and
this
there.
now.
Like, oh, this is what they mean.
I mean,
this is what they've been talking about.
This is what they mean.
Every single one of the higher level Puyo players, none of them bought the Switch version, which is probably bad for the future.
Visibility.
Because like all of them didn't buy because one, Puyo Chronicle existed, and then two, like, I mean, they're not gonna drop $300 on the system, $60 more on a game, just to have to like struggle as Tetris players.
Oh, it was
So,
30,
like,
isn't
none
it?
of them bought it. Oh no, in Japan it's like super expensive.
Wait, really? It's a different
I
price?
think
Yeah,
it
the
was full
Japanese
price in
version is like
Japan.
$50 digitally, right?
Jesus
I don't
Christ,
remember.
really?
That's,
You did buy
It's
it.
more than what it costs
oh,
here.
that's weird.
Yeah, I guess this is kind of a nice time to segue you into our final topic of tonight, talking about like in terms of future, in terms of like future tournaments, future Evos. We talk about formats. I think format is a big question mark at this point.
Okay, there is actually like a big gray cloud on AnimEVO right now, because we were only able to hold all of those games because Evo was handling the two big ones, Guilty Gear and BlazBlue. And we have reason to believe that one or both may be dropped
Really?
for next
Because of
year's
EO
Evo.
Japan.
No, because Dragon Ball Z is coming.
And MVCI.
And Marvel.
Yeah, but
We might not
but King of Fighters probably isn't coming back next year. And neither
that's gonna be
and
Marvel.
neither is Marvel 3. So that opens up 2 spots for BlazBlue.
Marvel 3 was viewers' choice. We might not get viewers choice? People's choice. We might not get people's choice next year.
But there'd still
We're assuming
be 9 on main stage, right?
I mean, there's a buttload of games coming out next year, so
okay.
who knows?
the amount of Evo main games fluctuates over the years. It's not a set amount every year. We may have more or less
Yeah,
games.
and I guess like this 2017 in particular is kind of like quote unquote like golden age in terms of like fighting games. There's like so many coming out this year.
Yep. So here's the thing, like, let's say Guilty Gear and BlazBlue get replaced with Dragon Ball and Marvel Infinite. That means AnimEVO, it falls on the shoulders of AnimEVO to run Guilty Gear and BlazBlue again, and that's gonna take up so much of our resources. So we might, or we will definitely, in that case, have to drop other side games.
Yeah, but Puyo Puyo was like the 3rd biggest AnimEVO game, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Outside of what beat it? Gundam?
Gundam.
Yeah, but Gundam doesn't count because it was free entry.
Yeah, Gundam doesn't count. Persona, I think, was the biggest game, and then Puyo Tetris was right afterwards.
What do you mean by that? How is that dictated?
Which one?
How was Puyo Tetris the third most popular? How do you guys know that?
Oh, most entrants.
Number of entrants in the bracket.
Oh, okay.
And
I
I
think
think
you
we
meant,
had
like, viewership
yeah.
or something,
Well, I
like
mean, we did
interest
get
of the people.
pretty good viewership too,
Yeah, you guys did really good, actually.
1,000 viewers in top 8,
1,000
right?
plus viewers. Oh my god. But yeah, so things might get a bit hectic next year, and we're bracing for the worst already. But in the case of that, let's say I can afford to run Puyo Tetris again with AnimEVO. I'm probably gonna do only one bracket this next year, because like doubles was cool and all, and I still love doubles, but everybody was hella burned out after swap. Let's be real.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, also doubles as it is right now, it's kind of broken, and it's really only done for like PR purposes, to be honest. I think because there's like the way doubles works is like attacking first has
Yeah.
a ridiculous priority. You basically do twice as much damage as you do on defense. So it's like damage isn't split between both people. So attacking first, you basically do twice as much as you do. But if you're just defending yourself, one, you're only defending yourself. And two, you're not doing boosted damage, or like double the damage.
And it's been that way since like Fever 1 on the DS, that it's not been split, and I don't know why Sega chooses to do it that way.
Well, actually, no. There's some Puyo games that have done split damage or reduced damage.
Really?
But Puyo Tetris doesn't. And that basically means if you have a ridiculously fast Tetris player, like no one can win against you, pretty much.
Yeah, it was kind of Tema didn't really have to do anything. She
Most of
played.
those
She's
matches
along
she
for the
didn't even
ride.
get a combo off.
Yeah, I felt bad for her because some people like criticizing her for that. I'm like, well, I mean, it's like not her fault
Right,
that
yeah.
like the game is heavily biased towards just Amamiya being godly.
Exactly.
Like, if you want me to explain this clearly, like the thing is like, so Amamiya, he's harassing both of the players on the opposing team at the same time, and they can only defend themselves and not help their teammate. So that's the reason why like
Right.
the attack priority thing I'm talking about exists.
Yeah, plus it's like Puyo is already kind of like a slow thing anyways, and Amamiya is like, like click super fast. So it's not like, even if she wanted to attack, she might not even get the chance just because Amamiya doesn't kill him both players
Yeah,
already.
double perfect clear.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Did you guys get to watch his hands?
No, I didn't.
Actually, no, I didn't.
No.
Honestly,
You didn't see his secret technique for holding the controller? I've always wondered how he
I
does
know
it.
some people were looking at his hand and they said that he just looks like he's playing a video game. Like,
yeah, it
he's not-
didn't look like he was moving them.
He's not
terribly
doing
Like
anything
fast.
pretending to
special.
play one?
I see. So really, he just has the DAS timings like really ingrained into him, I guess.
Well, that or
Hard
he's
to
just moving
write.
too fast for people to see. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Ninjutsu is not real.
yeah, I think
Just
I commented
saying.
on this maybe earlier, but like when he was playing like Exhibition on like the Sega stream, he played like sprint mode, and he did like a 42-second sprint on the Sega TV. And I was complaining about it when I was playing because that TV had input lag like a mother.
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it? I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
but like Amamiya did, 42-second sprint on that TV. So obviously we are not, worthy.
Well, I mean, in his case, he probably has a better. He doesn't need visual confirmation to go
Right.
to place his pieces.
That makes sense.
Because he already knows, like, he knows how to feel the, the shift timing.
Like the people who played TGM with the invisible mode at the end.
Yeah.
Like they just know.
But yeah, I guess, okay, let's go back. Assuming, Puyo Tetris comes back for another year at AnimEVO, would it be swap or would it be mixed versus?
I will feel that out after the patch.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't really have high hopes for the patch. Like, mixed versus, I'm probably, like... Okay, so the problem with mixed versus is, like, Tetris. Because the way Tetris garbage works is, like, really unfair. Even in Tetris versus Tetris, it's really crazy and RNG based. And, like, the fact that you can get punished for no reason because, like, your garbage sent too cleanly, that's really bad. And there's really no way to balance it because loads of other Tetris games have tried different things like messy garbage, change on attack, or stuff like that. So like trying to like add in one feature makes like other attacks in Tetris OP. So like let's say change on attack. I think they introduced that in Tetris Friends to like make
Yeah, they
like
did.
Tetrises and T-spins better. But then like that made combos OP because like, the beginning you send like one-liners and then the hole keeps shifting. So then you have like the most ridiculous messy garbage. That wasn't good. Then they added garbage blocking, you know, like you can keep offsetting until you like fail and then the garbage hits you. So I guess that made it good to like with people who are like to downstack. But then that made like perfect clears OP because, you know, it comes out within one bag, the same amount you need for a one bag T-spin, but it does more damage and it's like a 74+% chance. So like there's like these crazy trade-offs that just don't work ever because of the way the garbage system works. But like the thing is like that's part of like the Tetris guidelines for like, the past 10 years, 20 years. So like I don't really have high hopes about that completely changing. So like I don't know. My expectation for the balance patch is just that like, you know, damage scaling changes, which doesn't really fix the core issue of why playing Puyo against Tetris is like annoying and boring. Because you guys have watched mixed matches, right? It's basically Puyo just praying they can dig as well as he can. There's not really any strategy involved like harassing this setup because you can't harass Tetris anyways. So you just dig and hope for the best. And that's not really compelling or easy, like interesting to commentate on.
Right.
You're just like, oh, boom, Tetris for the Tetris player.
Yeah, it's
this Puyo player is doing something.
Oh,
They're
hey,
digging, I guess.
Here's the Puyo player digging, yay.
Yeah.
But like, well, I think the issue is like, I don't know if you've been paying attention to Temma's Twitter, but she was commenting about like the cost of her flying to Vegas. It was like pretty expensive because, you know, she's flying overseas. It kind of sounded like she was implying that she might not return next year unless she got like an actual sponsor.
I thought she was sponsored.
Like, right? It's.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's like the most legit super
it's air
special
quote sponsor.
Special sponsor, yeah.
It's like, you know, it's a sponsor in terms of like having like a team, but like in terms of like, you know, having like financial backing to like go to events and things like that, not so much.
I thought that was the whole point of a sponsor.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's different kinds of sponsors.
Yeah, you can be associated.
No, I was under the impression that she got her flight paid for her, but no.
I was under no such impression. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if she wouldn't make it next year either. Because I remember I was talking to her over Twitter, and like more costs kept coming up. Like, she didn't know that she had to pay for an EVO ticket to actually get in so she could play in the tournament.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you guys remember how much it costs to get into EVO.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. And yeah, I felt so guilty springing that up on her. I'm like, yeah, you kind of need this or else you can't enter the venue. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could like pay for it there. It was even more expensive if you paid on site as opposed to pre-register.
It's like $5 more.
I think it was
because it's I paid $75 to pre-reg, and on-site spectator passes were $40 per day. So it would be $80 over $75.
I see. Yeah, I completely forgot how much it costs. But either way, 75 is just like a lot.
75 is a lot. That's a copy of Puyo Tetris.
It's like 2 copies.
It's almost 2 copies.
And,
yeah.
Japan copies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is expensive, and EVO is definitely something you expect to lose out on money of. It's a vacation, more or less. Quote,
That's how I treated it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, I mean, I live here, but you know.
Yeah, so I just been kind of thinking about like, you know, I know that like, you know, like Wumbo, also known as Squirtle, he's like top 10 on Switch leaderboards. Like originally he was going to go to like EVO when it was still mixed versus, but as soon as like Switch to swap, he was like, nope, I'm out.
Yeah, I remember when I was talking on like Hard Drop, there were a good number of people that said I'm not going anymore because it wasn't mixed versus.
I don't know. I feel like mixed versus would be a lot less entertaining to watch.
I'm not going if I can't win.
Yeah, that's basically what they were saying.
Huh. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
that's a lot of people.
I mean, I even actually tried explaining to them that like you don't really need to know much Puyo and swap mode except how to do a 5-chain at full speed, because basically you just rush and force everything back to Tetris. But well,
yeah, you're just carrying yourself.
That's
in
how
Tetris.
I won.
Yeah. Yo, I fought Temma earlier today, and that's basically all I did. So I just like 4-wided her,
Rude.
and then like I don't know, I just like spam 1 chains or like 3 chains in Puyo just to stall out the timer, because like if you swap combo back into a 4-wide, that's like a 4-wide with swap combo, that's like a 14 chain level damage in Puyo. That's like how ridiculous it is. So. Yeah, like you could easily pull your weight with just like pure Tetris skill.
I mean, we can run both brackets next year at Puzzle Evo, though, right? That's
Yeah,
that's
Puzzle
totally
Evo.
Of
happening.
course.
Oh,
Well, I mean, I think like S2. I think you mentioned at one point is that like when Japanese like tournaments, they kind of have their own thing. They run Puyo versus Puyo.
Yeah, they run
Tetris
3
and
brackets.
swap.
Puyo versus Puyo, Tetris versus Tetris, swap mode.
So like,
That's what, like,
So I kind of
yeah.
wonder. I kind of wonder if like maybe that's the way going forward. Like not even just like Evo, but like other like tournaments. I know a lot of people out there have been thinking about trying to start up local scenes, and they've been like wondering, like, hey, what should I do? What kind of format should I run? How do I get people to play on these setups?
Yeah, so I think like so I think at Super Famicom, like I've been talking with them, discussing like what kind of format they wanted to do. And like their initial idea already was to do Puyo versus Puyo, Tetris versus Tetris, and then swap like 3 brackets. So I think that's what people like kind of are just like want by default now. I think.
How are the turnouts for the Puyo bracket though?
I mean,
Yeah,
they haven't happened yet, so like who knows?
I mean,
Oh,
But like
I thought I was under the impression it already happened. Sorry.
they're still working things out, but like I mean,
I think they just announced like Super Famicom, so you know,
That's just
Yeah.
got to be a bitch to run though. 3 brackets.
Yeah. There's no way I'm running 3 brackets at AnimEVO.
yeah, you just need more manpower, I guess.
yeah. I mean, I'd be happy to help because obviously I've been running Puyo
Yeah.
tournaments for a long time now. But I guess I mean like the annoying thing on this is that like every decision you want to make like has like a pretty bad downside. I'm wondering if you like did separate like PvP, TBT, and swap, like then nobody would enter swap just because they stick with what
That's
they
my
know.
biggest concern as well. That's kind of why, to be frank, I kind of forced swap in Puyo in AnimEVO so I can get everybody to try out both games and showcase the best of both worlds, so to speak.
Yeah.
Except
Yeah, so then you got tons of Puyo players, right? Because like they were the only ones brave enough to care to learn both games. The Puyo community, yeah, love.
I mean, swap is my favorite mode, honestly.
same.
The meta is completely different.
I've developed.
Yeah.
It's a
Swap
different
is
feeling.
definitely. It's definitely a game that is greater than the sum of its parts.
Yeah, well, I guess like the unfortunate thing about that, like even though it is greater some of the parts, like you do lose a lot of the Puyo meta game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, you use all of Puyo metagame. Like basically, like Puyo was not designed for like rushes and harassments that have like no consequences. When you like factor in Tetris, it can just tank so much damage and also deal more damage than Puyo itself. So it gets kind of weird, but there's still timing aspects to it that make it fun.
When you point it that
Yeah.
way, I think that would actually make Puyo a little bit more accessible because they wouldn't have to worry
All the
about
high level.
the stressful mind game and punishes that the traditional Puyo has to offer. They just have to
Yeah, but
they just
I
have to
mean,
worry about
that's what makes Puyo fun at high level.
Yeah, but at a level like where I was, just worrying about rushing to build a 5-chain is enough of a what's the word?
barrier.
To break through just to be good at a game. Yeah. You just
Yeah.
rush
On
you
the
rush
other
for that
hand-
chain and then you go back to Tetris, which you're familiar with, and hey, you got swap chains. What's up?
Yeah, but like, again, it's kind of a trade-off. It's like, you have a swap tournament, but on the other hand, the Momokens, the Toms, like the Wumbos of the world, who don't have like at least like a baseline like knowledge base of like their not preferred game mode.
well, actually,
We want to lure them out,
Ribe live, like he's actually, I mean, he has like a 40-second 40 line time, so he's actually really good at Tetris. Like I think more of the Puyo players that are actually low key good at Tetris too, so they don't really have a problem with it. Like
Yeah.
they'll do it
I
if they
think
have
it's a question-
to.
like, it's just the question is like, how do you get like international like players to come out and play? I know like Tema and Amamiya like took like probably a huge financial hit just to come out.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess by next year we just have to get, I don't know, enough like money organizations to take Puyo seriously. Maybe.
You
I don't know.
really think we can pull that off in a year? Less than a year?
Yeah.
If we bother Sega enough.
If assuming you want to actually take this seriously, this is at least a 2-year undertaking.
I mean, like
At least a 2-year undertaking.
like the Puyo community, the Puyo Nexus community has existed for years, yeah, but realistically, Puyo basically starts now with Puyo Tetris. as far as widespread.
In the
Yeah,
West,
I mean,
yeah.
like, we-
Yeah,
in the
injecting
West.
itself.
We've been trying to like help newbies out, like a lot, especially like I guess we had the Puyo Discord has a perverse enjoyment of like rating people's streams and like trying to get them to play Puyo.
Oh, can I get something off my
Guilty
chest real?
pleasure.
Can I get something off my chest real quick? Rating random streamers
Okay.
playing Puyo and bodying them really hard is not a really good way to show them how amazing a game is.
Well, I guess maybe.
Hey, I had a lot of success rating the Easy Ally stream. That was pretty fun.
C-
They enjoyed
I
it.
guess it depends on like
depends on the
how
streamer.
you do it, because
It,
Yeah.
it,
I mean,
does,
it depends
yeah.
on the streamer, but you never know until you try.
Golden
you know?
was really cool about
Yeah.
it, and then he showed a lot of interest.
Yeah.
especially with like if you like ever like watch like S2 like raid streams, like the way that he plays is like, he doesn't harass the opponent. He doesn't like, all he does is like make like big chains and make people go, whoa, I didn't know he can make chains that big. So like the way you approach that is also important.
Yeah, I
in
agree.
terms of like outreach.
It's just like I'm more on the side of I should be kind of careful because I don't want to scare them off because
Right.
Again, it depends.
most of the people.
S2 usually pushes like guides and stuff. He's like, hey, I'm willing to help you if you want to learn how to do this kind of stuff. Here's all our resources. We have this big community that's all active and willing to practice with you. It's not like we just go in and we're like, hey, we beat you, all right, bye.
Yeah, we don't do that. We always offer help. We always try to be nice.
Okay.
I mean, whether they take that badly or not, it's like that's up to them. We have no control over that. But like the bottom line is like, I mean, maybe they might take it badly, or maybe they'll take it well. But the only way to know is to just reach out and give it a shot.
I'm not saying it's perfect. It is definitely a double-edged sword, but it does work
it
sometimes.
totally does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, like personally, like I think that like the overlap between like the Puyo community and the fighting game community in general isn't because like Puyo has like a lot of similar like footsies things
Yo,
like that. I
I'm
think
actually
what makes them
sorry.
go ahead.
So I'm actually like trying to sell the game really hard now at WNF. I got a couple of the Super Turbo old people interested because I always sell Puyo as the Super Turbo of puzzle games, and
Yeah,
I showed them your.
true. It's very
I
true.
linked them your tweet. I'm pretty sure you saw that reply or like that retweet notification. I'm like, hey, check this video out.
Yeah, I mean, I have it pinned on my Twitter now, so you can just always access it.
Thank
Like,
you.
I know I said that I wanted to upload to YouTube. The problem with that is that like originally that was going to be like the first part of like a multi-part series of tweets.
Oh,
So like I kind of want to wait until I finish the rest until I upload to YouTube.
okay.
But going back, I think like the overlap between the Puyo community and the fighting game community isn't because Puyo is a totally fighting game. I think what makes them the most similar is that the mindset of like self-improvement and how you practice is super similar to fighting games. And I think like in the end, that's what's going to win out people who are interested in playing Puyo.
It is a very hardcore game, that's for sure.
Yeah,
And active.
Right.
it's fun. It's like you look into it. It's like, oh, it's like a matching puzzle game, and then like go into it, and you're like, wow, there's a lot of depth to this game.
This game is
And
like
then-
an onion. Layers.
It's also the only puzzle game that's actually alive now. To be honest, just saying.
Rest in peace, Puzzle
like
League.
Tetris,
Our
indeterminate
apologies-
future, Puzzle League.
What's that?
Apologies to the puzzle
Yeah.
game general Discord.
Magical Drop.
Yo, I wanted to run a magical drop side tournament so bad.
They released that on the Switch. The
Yep, they did.
thing.
Yeah, but it's Magical Frog 2.
It's
though.
magical drop 2. That's not 3.
I have no idea what the difference is between those. I just played it.
It's less good competitively.
Yeah, it's like releasing Puyo Puyo 1 versus Puyo Puyo
Oh.
2.
Pretty much.
Oh, is it that bad?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
okay,
magical
well.
drop 2 is more pre-planning than magical drop 3, if that makes sense.
Hmm. Okay, that makes sense.
Honestly, if
Yeah,
Nintendo
anyway.
released another Planet Puzzle League or Panel Dupont or whatever the hell they want to call it this time, it'd probably take off.
Well, they tried to do it with Animal Crossing, but I guess that's not a real game.
That was half
Yeah,
baked.
it's not like. Yeah,
Was there an Animal Crossing thing?
I mean, even if they release it again, there's still like changes they have to make. Though,
Yes.
Yeah.
because like the garbage system.
The
like,
garbage
clearly
system
doesn't
makes
work.
it impossible to run a tournament. Like, matches
Right.
take 5 minutes long.
not if you play on difficulty level 8. Like
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like say like you up the difficulty, the reason why people like die early right now is because they're just not used to it or they don't practice it all the time. But eventually people will hit that skill ceiling where like they will start surviving all the time too, you know? Like I think I saw like some videos of like
Yeah, that makes sense.
like a GDQ side tourney and like they were playing on level 8 up, but like it still ended up being like really long.
It's why we have
So
it's why we have guideline opposed to TGM competitive, right? Because if we didn't have guideline rules, if it was just TGM versus, it'd be terrible. It'd just be two people playing Tetris really, really fast forever.
Hey, but guideline still ends up like that too.
I've never seen TGM versus before.
Isn't it just like a time trial basically?
For TGM?
I don't know. I'm
I
speaking.
thought I remember like the way that like TGM garbage works like makes it maybe a little less like little stupid and not like RNG based.
I mean,
But
I think
don't
you have a
quite
little bit more
remember.
control about how the garbage holes are shaped. But like, you know, garbage holes are garbage holes and like you know how it works in like the Puyo Tetris, like random rewards for like, you know, doing nothing.
Yeah, but I guess
Yeah.
that's something that unless like the guideline itself changes, we don't have much control over.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Can we take a step back to that patch coming up for Puyo Tetris real quick?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what would be a pretty cool change for like mixed verses?
They nerf
If
Amamiya.
it was
Nothing.
if it was if it was mixed verses, I think Puyo should get point garbage. I think that would be an interesting change.
Like when they send garbage back over, or
no,
The
like
garbage becomes point Puyo.
yeah, that.
for only on Puyo's side?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not super familiar with Point Puyo. Could you explain what that is?
So basically, when you clear garbage, they also have a point value, which bolsters your chain step even further.
Huh.
I mean, it might help, but also might make people complain about Puyo being OP at low levels more.
Like Sun Puyo, that helped.
I was just thinking Sun.
But
Yeah, it's like Sun
without
Puyo,
the
except
free invincibility for one move when you counter. If you play, I know you can do it in the 3D Classics version of Puyo 2. You can play in Point Puyo mode.
Puyo GBA also had it.
Yes, it did. Puyo Pop GBA.
So I think, you know, if we didn't have, okay, in the ideal world, if the guidelines could actually be defied, like I think my idea for Tetris is to like make it like fusion mode garbage. That's already a really good proof of concept of like how Tetris versus could really work, in my opinion. Because like you guys have tried it, right? Like the garbage falls from the top,
Yeah.
so it actually does affect your placement decisions. And when the garbage falls into like holes, like it blocks your spin moves
Yes,
too.
yeah.
So that would have that's like it's simple and intuitive. It has implications that affect the way you play, like that could arise naturally.
Puyo
Like
would be able to harass Tetris.
yeah, like okay, you can't just randomly do T-spins because like it could get blocked. So you actually have to think about whether you can T-spin or not. You can't just like fix all your holes with like spin moves like S spins and stuff. That nerfs perfect clears. That nerfs four wides.
So
You have to learn how to defend in Puyo better, or in Tetris, because you have to. I mean, they already kind of do that, but you have to like even more so.
Actually, like
learn
time your attacks. Yeah.
Or smartly downstack.
so they were allowed to do it
Yeah.
in fusion. Or can
Oh
they
yeah,
do
in
it?
fusion mode, like
Can they do it in guideline?
wait, what? Oh, in guideline, I don't think I've ever seen a Tetris game where you had garbage falling from the top like that without it being.
But if they were allowed to do it in fusion mode, would they? Is it possible?
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a Tetris game that had Puyo in it. So I mean, like,
Yeah.
fusion isn't the guideline like covered kind of rule set. So I don't think they care about that.
Let's run with this garbage idea for a second. Are you saying the garbage should be just exactly like fusion, where it can be squished, or would it
Yeah,
be
like
solid
squished.
garbage?
Yeah, it would need to be squishable.
Squished. I mean, like squished, so like it's not really like totally ridiculous, but like
Well, I
squishing.
mean, it also it slows them down because it takes time for it to squish through.
yeah, the squishing
which
has
slows
its
down
own
Tetris.
animation.
But if you hard drop, it just goes right through too.
Yeah,
Then-
Yeah, but you need room to be able to
Right.
squish. If it's like too tall, you can't go there.
Would it
Yeah,
never
So
respawn
then how would
then?
you kill them?
You,
if you just all the garbage goes to the top, like would it just be a lot of garbage that comes from the top?
I
'Cause
mean,
they can
eventually,
switch it,
like,
right?
no, because like, you know how when you smash Puyos in like fusion mode, like it has this really long animation delay that breaks your chain, like, so
If you soft drop, right?
well, no, if you hard drop it, even that has
Oh, is there,
animation
like,
delay
a-
that will break your chain.
Oh, there's a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, so like, if you have to deal with that, and then that actually introduces like a real like punish system. So like, if you slip up and let your opponent get garbage on you, it'll just get progressively worse. You can't just like randomly bring it back with like lucky garbage. Like you'll continue to get slowed down unless you're able to like counter all the attacks properly.
Tetris would probably
that
need a
makes
damage
sense.
boost though, and that sounds pretty scary.
Well, I mean that's how Puyo works. Like slip up and get hit by a harassment, you're dead. So that's why you build like read your opponent and build against it. And then the rounds happen really fast
So
too.
I think the biggest problem with this, if I'm going to be devil's advocate here, is that you've taken the problem, which was we're playing Puyo with the Tetris meta. Well, now we'd be playing Tetris with the Puyo meta, which I think sounds great, but I think Tetris players might be against that.
Who cares what they think?
This guy.
I mean, they've been playing like a pretty broken game for so long. Something has to change. They can't just like keep it the same way forever. They want it to be an esport too, right? Or are they gonna keep saying boom, Tetris for Jeff? Like,
For what?
you have to introduce something where you actually do have to read your opponent super hard, and there's like actual immediate consequences instead of like just like randomly guessing where the garbage hole will be and hoping for the best.
Well, like the thing about like the people who at least from my experience, like the people who play Guideline Tetris competitively, is that like they enjoy that like super grindy, like oppressive, like kind of like game, competitive style. Like that's what they enjoy doing. And like if they like weren't able to do that, who knows if they keep playing or not.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, it would be a very different Tetris game by nature, and I'm not
Right.
sure if they would be down for that.
Sounds cool though.
Speaking as a Tetris player, it's totally cool. I'm on board with this, but I don't think anybody else would be.
Yeah, I mean, well, like personally, like the last thing that I would want to do is like try to like isolate people from like playing the game that they want.
Yeah, it has.
Right.
It still has to be a game that
Yeah,
can be.
again, like all their ideas have like these like gigantic like potential downsides.
It has to be a game also understood by casuals, and when you throw fusion style garbage into mixed verses, that's something I don't think we want to fuse together, so to speak.
Casuals can barely understand the garbage in normal
was it
Tetris.
like, is it hard to understand? I mean, I feel like fusion garbage is pretty simple.
I think it's less about hard to understand and more about like if it's oppressive or not. Because I think like in terms of like how like when casuals play Puyo, like Puyo is like forgive me for using an overused quote, but it's like kind of like the Dark Souls of puzzle games,
You did not just say that.
I'm leaving.
So that means Shu's a god then, because he plays it on keyboard, right?
Okay.
Okay.
But
well,
wait, what
I
was the
think-
point? I don't understand. What does that have to do with Tetris? And like changing it up.
And that for Puyo, like you're kind of expected to quote unquote like get good and like kind of deal with it. With like Tetris is like I don't know if that's what people want out of a Tetris game. On the other hand, they could just always just play endless because that's what people seem to want out of Puyo Tetris anyway. So who knows?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Could always just be its own unique rule too.
I mean, I've been following lots of streamers for Puyo Tetris, and like I don't know, like the people who like main Tetris, like everything, like most of them, I've seen them complain about like the garbage RNG and stuff. So like I'm pretty sure like a lot of people, more than what you would think, would be okay with it completely changing. I don't know. The thing is, in order to see how much people will like it, someone actually has to make a proof of concept, or like an actual game has to be released. You can't just like sit and think, well, maybe people won't like this, so we won't do it at all. Like you have to take a risk, and like apparently a risk is what they need to do now because like Tetris Ultimate didn't sell. So like obviously like the Tetris company has to do something different.
All right, I think we're way over time.
Yeah, we are.
But All right, I guess we got kind of wrap up now. I think we're kind of running low in terms of like topics to discuss right now. But anybody have any last thoughts that they want to give, maybe talk about, just so we can start wrapping it up?
If Puyo Tetris doesn't show up at EVO next year, you guys still gonna go? Just curious.
I might not, honestly.
Probably not.
Um,
Like I said, like the only two things I entered were Puyo Tetris and Catherine, and just Catherine alone, I probably wouldn't go for.
So
I know I'm going next year, obviously.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I think if I like live closer, then I might think about going. For me, I get to fly like across
Yeah,
the
you're on
country, and it's just
Since I'm in California, I might go.
Right.
But
Yeah, I mean, even me being in Vegas is like, I like fighting games, but I was never super into it, or like into the FGC or anything. But when I heard that people were going to be playing Puyo and Puyo community people were going to be there, I'm like, you know what? Sure, yeah, I'll go. Sounds fun.
yeah, it's kind of funny because it was like, I think at first, like a lot of people at Puyo Nexus and like the Puyo Discord were like, should we be going to this question mark? And I think at some point that we all kind of decided simultaneously, we're just kind of like, yeah, okay, let's go. We got to represent, and then like everybody decided to go all at the same time.
yeah, when I signed up, there were like 23 people in swap, and then it ballooned up. It was amazing.
Yeah, I was losing my head when I saw that number explode. I'm like, wait, what? But yeah, I'm probably gonna come off as a bit of a shill over here, but you have got to at least experience an EVO top 8 in person at least once.
Yeah.
We did.
Just saying. Being there in person is totally different from just watching it on Twitch and dealing with stream monsters who just want to, like, freaking jump on guilty all
Kappa.
day. Yeah, and be kappas. Yeah, being in person is ridiculous.
Yeah, I guess it'll depend on what the Sunday finals lineup is next year. Although, just going on another tangent, I wish EVO would stop placing so much importance on Sunday games. They need to make Saturday as important too.
Agreed.
Because especially with all the games they're releasing this year, like they're not gonna have room on Sunday to give each game like its due like importance and like whatever you want to call it.
The spotlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about like, since we need to have a plan to actually make Puyo Tetris big enough so people will actually want to sponsor it. So I think one of the easiest first steps we can do is just to like reach out to every convention imaginable, because like I don't know, like I hear about these random conventions and you like Google them and it turns out they're actually interested in having a Puyo Tetris tournament, or if they don't already have one, like I don't know, like you just throw out a random email, like the people directing it, they'll actually like I don't know, they're actually really willing.
Yeah, you've had a lot of good luck so far.
Yeah, like I see a lot of conventions like I don't know, they have like playing Mario Kart and stuff. So sometimes I just email them like, hey, want to add Puyo Tetris to that too? And like most of the time they just say yes. So I mean, and then on top of that, like actually the Puyo community is getting pretty big now. And if you just like throw out a tweet like, hey, does anyone live near here? You'll actually get people responding who will like help TO the tournaments at whatever convention you wanted like to help promote.
Just like even like not just like the conventions, just like at weeklies, because like Flashman, like you just kind of like followed this one guy. He's like, oh, I want to bring Puyo Tetris to like Game Center, and then it's like, oh, I'll go too. So just like at your like local like FGC meetups, if we're going slant to the fighting game community, just like bring to there. I think a lot of people will be interested.
I'm still pushing for Puyo Tetris at WNF, by the way.
I'll try to get it at the Foundry.
Yeah, so like for a community in this scene, like this has to start at the grassroots level in order to get interest. So like anybody listening to this, like go out to your local events. Doesn't have to be like fighting game community. It could just be like local gaming night at the library or whatever. So you could bring your Switch everywhere and just get the controller and play.
Yeah.
But like it starts with you. Like everybody out here listening to you, you're part of the community. I mean, we all want it to grow as much as we can. Like, we can all work together and make this big.
I think there's an upcoming convention in Sacramento.
Yeah.
I was thinking about bringing it there.
Oh, what is it?
It's fairly small. I think it's like an anime convention in Sacramento. I have no idea how big it is. I was just Googling conventions in California to just try to find places to bring this to.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, let's email them. It's really
Yeah.
easy to email.
Yeah, I mean, like, I actually got, I submitted a panel for the local anime convention here in Vermont, and they accepted it, so we're gonna have a Puyo panel at BakuretsuCon in, I think, October.
Wow,
nice.
you didn't tell us this.
No, I know he did.
Yes, I did.
saw that.
What? What? Really?
You're just not paying, you just don't pay attention.
What?
Dang.
Wait, what is the name of this? I will search Discord right now. Wait, I think I'm losing this argument. Let's not go to this part.
I remember saying it, so
Oh. I mean, yeah. Yeah, we totally support you. Awkward silence. Anyways, yeah. I mean, okay, if you don't want to contact the people at these conventions or meetups yourself, like, just like ask us for help and we'll email them, because like there's actually more people than you realize who are interested in running Puyo Tetris as like just like a casual tournament or anything. But the thing is, like, they want our input as a community, because they're all unsure about like what kind of format to run, and they really value our input. So like they want us to talk to them. So like either go for it or like let some of us know and we'll help you.
It's
Yeah.
something that's not too difficult to do.
Yeah.
In the coming months, I'll see if I can reach out and tentatively determine what to do at AnimEVO next year.
Yeah, that'd be super helpful.
Hey, what about a panel at Anime Expo? Do you think you can pull that off?
No.
What? Why not?
Because no one will be able to get into it.
First off, I have no plans to go to Anime Expo next year.
Oh.
Because of how poorly it was run this year.
That is a completely separate roundtable discussion. I'll tear them a new one. Second, it's become an industry con. It's slowly becoming an industry con instead of like a con for the fans like it used to be years ago. So like getting
Like GDQ.
I don't know. But yeah, getting a panel into Anime Expo nowadays is pretty difficult.
Okay, plan B. What about PAXs? Are any of us near those? I mean, because I know like the people who run like the tournaments there, they really love Puyo Tetris. So I think they would like to have us. But do any of us live near there? I don't know.
I never really looked up PAX.
Aren't they all on the East?
Where are the PAXs?
There's multiple now. PAX East is in Boston, so that's like a 4 or 5 hour drive for me.
I know there's a PAX
There's
West, but I don't
PAX
know
West,
where.
and I think that's in Seattle.
Oh,
And then there's
hell.
PAX,
Seattle.
there's PAX South and Texas, Austin, I think. And I think there's like a PAX Midwest now, maybe in Chicago. I'm not 100% on that.
I mean, we just have to start thinking about it early, like if it's feasible or not, because like those tickets, I mean, they start selling out early and they're super expensive. So like, we have to figure out, like, we basically have to figure out all the conventions like half a year earlier at the very least. So we need to, I don't know,
Zach
we need
Anime.
to spread our information network.
Zach Anime was the one I was
Yo.
talking about earlier.
Wait,
It's
what's the name
happening.
again?
Zach Anime, September 1st to 3rd.
Okay.
They've got King of Fighters, Pokemon, Melee, Injustice. I could probably,
Yeah, we can totally hang with that.
Yeah.
I could probably get a Puyo Tetris thing there.
Okay, yeah, email them. We're counting on you.
So I'd have to run a bracket.
Huh? I mean, probably.
I mean, it's not too hard to run a bracket, right, KOB?
Say what?
It's not too hard to run a bracket, right? Question mark.
It takes experience. Like, organizing it is one thing. Doing it is another thing. Because, like, you gotta yell. You gotta go find people. You gotta go sometimes make the tough decisions, like DQing them when they don't show up on time. And, like, it's more than just, like, telling people to go play their match. Yeah, you need some people skills up in there, too. And
I
organization.
mean, okay, wait. Well, let's rethink the scale of what will actually happen, though, because I feel like at these like anime conventions, the most likely scenario is that like they'll probably relegate Puyo Tetris to being like a mostly casual tourney. So I don't think you'll run into like severe scheduling conflicts with like, you know, people playing real games.
You're
or
right.
anything.
In the context of a convention like that.
Yeah, because like I know what. Yeah, Tucker, do you remember Anime Week in Atlanta? Like that was pretty. I mean, everyone was in one spot the whole time because they didn't really care about the other games.
You also took over as TO.
Yeah, I took over as TO because like, yo, the TOs that were supposed to be doing it, they just like disappeared. Like apparently, no, they said like, oh, they had a really intense party last night, so they're not coming. So like, okay, we have to do it now.
Yeah. They were like hungover, and they're like, "Oh, we have to do this thing," and me and S2 are just like, "We gotta Puyo Tetris."
Don't try to leave it up to them to TO because they'll probably drop the ball on you. Like, just do it yourself. Just saying. But yeah, like, don't think you need like some master TO skills to like run a tournament like an anime convention though. Like, it'll probably be a lot easier than you think.
If everybody is there, then yeah, it's a piece of cake.
Actually, hold on. Wasn't there actually a Puyo Tetris tournament at like the past couple of PAXs?
All the past couple ones.
Yeah, I thought the most recent PAX had a.
It was at PAX East and PAX South.
Or no, I'm thinking of.
I know PAX East had one. I couldn't go just because it's a hella long drive.
No, Too Many Games had that cool panel or the cool Tetris tournament. Puyo Tetris tournament.
PAX South also had one. I remember that. But lots of people were going out to it.
I really wish I went to Too Many Games.
Oh yeah, Too Many Games. Yeah. Oh, I think. Yeah, a lot of people went there.
I was over there.
Yeah.
I saw pictures of the Too Many Games Puyo Tetris tournament. I think they were like already had like over like. I think they capped out like the max amount of participants like right away. They could only accommodate 36. A lot more people were wanting to play than they expected.
36. That's a weird number to cap at.
Or maybe it was 32. I don't know.
It has to be 30. 32 is an even number for tournaments.
Yeah, 32 is probably that. But yeah, like they're just demanding for Puyo Tetris tournaments. It's just they don't have enough knowledgeable people in the scene there to help them. So that's why we just got to reach out.
Yeah. Like you guys know the game. That's like over half of learning how to run a bracket for that game.
Because you know like how long things can take, things like that.
Yep. That'll help you plan for scheduling and any possible unforeseen things like maybe the game crashed or something. I don't know. Like knowing the game,
or maybe people can't figure out how to sync controllers to your system.
That too. Yeah, knowing the game and its intricacies arms you with so much information on how to plan that tournament.
Yo guys, random, but like my past couple streams have been crazy because every time we do 4-wide, like the game keeps freezing or it gets disconnected. I think Psycho pushed out like the silent balance patch like to nerf 4-wide because like my game keeps crashing. You're just, I don't know. It makes me angry. I'm always so close to winning.
PS4's taking on its last legs.
Oh yeah, it overheats now. Too much 4-wide for it to handle.
All right, I think we got to wrap it up now. So everybody here, if we could talk about where they can find you, and I mean maybe like one last shout out. All right, Kiyobi, go.
Yeah, so you can find me on Twitter and on Twitch at Kiyobi, Kiyobi, and pretty much all I gotta say is one more time, thanks to everybody who supported that event. I could not. Yeah. I said this on Twitter. I could not have imagined even half as much of the turnout of players and viewers for that tournament as we actually did. So, thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you for running the tournament and trying to get believing that this could be as great as it ended up being.
Yeah, like as long as you're passionate at what you do, even though like you can be all nervous and be like, oh my god, what's the worst is probably gonna happen, I'm gonna choke so hard. As long as you just put your heart and love into the thing that you love, then everything will be okay. And
I like that.
Everything did turn out okay at EVO, and I'm so relieved for that.
All right, S2.
You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at S2L Softener, short for stool softener.
Can you please change that name?
What?
No.
Why?
Oh my god.
People don't realize what it stands for.
Yeah, it's pretty funny when streamers struggle. Like people like I snipe, they're like, "Oh, welcome to the stream, S2L Softener." It's so funny.
It's so gross.
Anyways,
yeah, I know people in the Puyo community have weird names. Totally not referring to myself, of course.
Anyways, a believing heart is your magic, I guess. So go spread love for Puyo everywhere. That's my ending quote. Original, right, do not
Tucker.
steal.
Yeah.
Oh, hi. You can find me anywhere as MKSG, because I'm very consistent. I don't know.
What's your end quote? You have to say something like a one-liner. Marina's better. Tucker
Marina's
said
better. Marina's best girl.
that. Suddenly you're gonna get lots of hate mail.
Yeah.
I mean, can't disagree with that. Flashman.
You can find me here on Discord as Flashman92, and that's about it.
Can you get a Twitter?
I see.
It's really hard, like, networking you with people. Can you just get one, please? I don't want to be the middleman again.
Yeah, I'll get one.
Okay,
Sweet.
thanks.
All right, Kento.
Hi, I'm Kanto. You can find me on Discord. I use this username for literally everything. So if you see me on something else, it'll be that. I have a Twitter. I think it's just Kanto. I don't use it that much though, but that might change. Oh yeah. Out of curiosity, mayo or ketchup for you guys?
Ketchup, yo.
Ketchup.
Team Ketchup.
Marina.
I didn't realize there was like this
Team Maria.
split between the two. Like, can't you put mayo and ketchup on a sandwich?
Yes. You can
Sure.
mix ketchup and mayo
Not-
too.
No, they have to be
Huh.
separate.
Fry sauce. Also,
Have you
necessity Southwestern sauce.
Have you guys ever had sourdough jack? They put mayo and ketchup in that sandwich.
Oh, there you go.
I have not. Go. Consensus. Compromise.
Yeah, it
But
works.
ketchup.
All right.
I guess if I had to choose ketchup.
Okay, and you can find me on Twitter at RockRaining. You can find me on Twitch, Quilon. You can find me on Discord. I don't think I have a consistent Discord name, so I have an Emil avatar though, so that's I think that's
Dude,
how people find me until I change my avatar.
Yeah,
changing
that's the only
your
reason that I
name?
know it's you.
And I had no idea what name to put on the stream overlay.
Yeah, I signed up in the bracket as
I
guerrilla
know,
marketing.
I'm like, who is it? Oh, it's Rock Rain.
Oh.
But like,
Yeah.
Like,
you realize you
ugh.
cause a lot of problems for people doing your name changing all the time, right? It's like,
yo, that was
Yeah.
actually a hot topic in AnimEVO. There's a player named KFL, and he signed up on the Under Night and Birth bracket as like just literally a jumble of letters and numbers that look like a random encrypted password, and we're like, can we just ban this guy? Because imagine trying to call out that name on the megaphone.
I mean, I'll make my names are super pronounceable.
yeah, but they're
Don't
not
worry about it.
consistent.
They're not consistent.
Like, if you're gonna be like a commentator, you need like a branding, not like random stuff.
Rock Rain.
No, I work from the
As a,
shadows.
as a tournament organizer, players that change their names all the time frustrate me to no end, and I want to punch every single one of them.
You hear that?
So you want to punch a butt?
It makes
You-
also
go for it. Yeah.
You can punch the butt.
yeah, it also makes fighting the brackets fun because you never know if that random person you never heard of before is actually a top player or not.
And also, that makes you more liable to get DQ'd if you're not there. Just saying. They're like, wait, who is D5R29138STRX? Oh, I don't see him? Okay, peace.
Aw.
Off to losers you go.
Anyway,
Yeah.
and off the leaders we go with this roundtable.
Yeah, I guess so. Goodbye.
All right, good night,
Night.
everybody.
Morning.
Good night.
Afternoon.
Alright.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this video, feel free to give us a like and a comment. Your feedback is always welcome. Special thanks to our Patreons for supporting us. We love you. I think that's about it. See ya.